So good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the day 2 training program of ours. I believe everybody's settled down and good to go.
Yes.
Okay, great. So any doubt or queries from our day 1? Everybody's able to access the recordings, right?
Yes, recordings able to access.
Yes.
Right.
I practiced the if formula. I was getting a little stuck, but I think I'll practice once again and then I will reach out to you.
Sure, anytime, no
That I
problem.
am able to
Yes. Very well, no problem. Fine then. So as we discussed, let's go for our day 2 topic, the file what we have started yesterday, naming called corporate histories. So we'll continue from that. Let's go to that file and open it. So if you recall, we discussed about the last topic of the day of day 1 is about a hidden formula of Excel naming called date diff. And to compute the difference between two setup of dates in terms of years, months, and days, how to compute that, and taking the today formula to generate today's date in the formula itself, so that we no need to take a separate column and define today's date. And the uses of our dollar symbol F for once to cell log, F for twice to row log, F for thrice for column log. Depending upon the movement of the nature of the cells, we have to precisely define such kind of formattings of our formula of the cells. Now, today we are going to start with the next topic is called goal seek, the sheet name. So we are going to discuss the data analytical tool of our Excel and how to use this, where to use this, and how this is going to help us. We are going to discuss everything. So let us first have an understanding about the data what we have with us. So we have taken a salary slip data because everybody is getting salary and they will be connecting with the data easily. That's why we have taken this data. So if you look at, we have got a basic of 40,000. You can see. Okay. Now DA is nothing but 20% of the basic, which is formula driven. HRA, it is of 50% of the basic, again formula driven. Medical allowance, it is fixed, it's a static cell. Uniform allowance is also fixed and it's a static cell. Monthly CTC is nothing but, if you look at, it is the summation of all these above values. It's a simple formula, again sum. Annual CTC is nothing but, again formula driven cells, monthly CTC multiplied by 12. So I believe everybody is clear with this formula setup, whatever the data we have. Any difficulties in understanding any of the formula? All right. So now we are going to discuss further. See, now suppose say in my team, I have a person vacancy, or because of the volume of transaction more, I am looking for one assistance in my day-to-day job role. So what I did, I have approached to my recruitment team and I have defined this is the JD, this should be the role, this should be the profile, and this much of experience would be there. So everything I have mentioned over there in the mail. So my recruitment team started working with collecting the CVs from different sources, Naukri, Monster, or Sign.com, any whatever the options we have. And then they have filtered out the candidates and they have taken the preliminary interviews. And finally, they gave me one candidate's resume, which quite suitable to my role or profile. Now, as a team leader, it is my duty to conduct the final interview and take a call whether to hire that candidate or I should let him go. So when I conducted that interview, I could notice that he could answer all my questions, and he's having a good academical background, good experience also in this particular field, and I am satisfied the way he answered. So I have decided I should retain this candidate definitely, but that alone is not enough. I have to discuss about the compensation part. So for this job role, when I offer him that around 11 lakhs 40,000, if I give it the offer, what happens? That guy is bit not comfortable or he's not happy with the offer. So by seeing his facial expression, I gave a comfort zone to him that if you have any wish or if you have some expectation, you can speak up. We can work out some win-win situation. So that guy told me, Prabhas, if you give me 14 lakhs, if you offer me 14 lakhs instead of 11 lakhs 40,000, I am ready to join in a day or two max. But I have a problem now. What is that? If I accept his demand of 14 lakhs, what would be the breakup of my salary? This is my first problem. All right. Now, what's the problem number two is, I'll tell you, I don't want to lose this candidate because he is quite suitable for that role. And in the meantime, my management has given me an authority stating that, Prabhas, if you find a good candidate, salary is not a bar. You can accept anyone's whatever the demand, but ensure that all the time the basic should not exceed 60,000. So this is the capping given by the management. This is the capping given by the management. So in this case, now another problem I do have, what is that? If I get a structure of salary satisfying 14 lakhs of CTC, the basic also I need to check should not exceed 60,000. So this is another problem. Again, voice is breaking up, people. Is it the problem for everyone?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes it is. Yeah. Yes, yes.
Okay. I don't know what is the problem. This is connected. Okay. All right. So now is it audible? Clear? Can you please confirm?
Yes, audible.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine then. So sorry for the internet glitches. I've been trying hard since yesterday. But anyway. All right. So as we were discussing, what is the problem we have? The first problem, if I accept his demand of 14 lakhs, what should be the breakup of the salary? The second problem is, as per the management capping, I need to also check the basic at any point of time should not exceed 60,000. Now, having said this, if I need to take a call or to decide whether to hire that candidate or I should let him go, in that case, how much time it will be taking for us? If you have understood the whole story and if you were in my place, how much time it will be taking for you to decide and take a decision over there whether to hire that candidate or not? Make a rough estimate. Or what we do basically, if this is the situation, what we do ideally. I will tell you. First of all, we ask that candidate to be seated in our reception or lobby, and we ask him, we'll let you know in half an hour or 1 hour time. Now, why we are taking half an hour time to take a decision? What we do in that half an hour? We come back to our workstation, we start doing or playing around with our basic data. So we take different combinations and we are not stopping ourselves unless and until we reach to the annual CTC to 14 lakhs. And this is the place where we are spending a lot of time and that leads to consuming a lot of time and we are unable to take a decision immediately then and there. This is what the situation. So now how to overcome this? Okay, so what we can do, people, in this place, instead of doing your own or taking trial and error and spending your time, we have a very beautiful tool called GoalSeek, which will be helping us to get our desired output on a click of button. So, GoalSeek, first of all, where do we have that? In our data menu, if you look at, we have got a what if analysis group. In this what if analysis group, you will be finding one option called GoalSeek. And when you go for this GoalSeek, okay, this kind of dialog box appears. But the moment you want to go for GoalSeek, people, you need to satisfy two rules. What are they? Rule number one, your data must be having formula. So if you look at in our data, do we have formula? Yes, there are so many formulas in place. So no need to worry about our rule number one is satisfied. Now rule number two, When you go to data, what if analysis, goal seek, you will be finding the set cell, the first criteria. What is this set cell about? In any data set, you will be having one objective. So if you have understood our whole story, what is our objective? Anybody?
CT should be 14,000 and basic minimum 60,000.
No, that's
60,000.
objective only one. Objective is only one. So what is our objective? CTC is the objective, right? How to arrive at CTC? That's not the objective. That's our internal calculations. But objective is CTC. So when I set cell consider as my CTC, rule number 2 says that whichever the cell you consider as your objective cell must contain a formula. So annual CTC, is it containing a formula? Yes. What's the formula? Monthly CTC multiplied by 12. So rule number 2 is also satisfied, isn't it? Now coming to 2 value. So in this cell, how much that candidate is expecting? How much he is demanding? So we need to define 14 lakhs manually. So here 2 value, you have to always define manually. You cannot refer to a cell and you cannot make it dynamic. This is always a static one and you have to define it manually. Now coming to next, by changing cell. Which cell you go and change so that you can get your 14 lakhs. So as we have discussed, taking half an hour, 1 hour time, which cell we were playing around? From the basic. So by changing cell is nothing but my basic cell. So when I go and define and click OK, just see on your blink of your eyes, Excel will take its own iteration and calculation and it will immediately throw the result of 14 lakhs. So how you are going to achieve 14 lakhs? If your basic is of 52,745. Now, is it within the limit given by the management? Yes. So immediately, without making a delay, we can ask the candidate, please join our organizations within a day or two max. And our HR people, they will intimating you for the other rest of formalities. So welcome aboard. So the task which was taking us to take a decision for 1 hour time, we could do it immediately then and there. So this is how this goal seek tool will be very, very helpful people whenever you are working with your cost sheet or finding out your break-even point, or if you want to play around with your profitability margin anywhere. It's not about confining only for HR, accounts, finance, anywhere, any department, wherever you are working with, you can take a call about that. So please give it a try and check, is it working? If you have any questions, you can ask me. So as you discussed, going to data, what if analysis, goal seek. Set cell is the objective cell, our CTC. Then going to our 2 value. So we should go for our 14 lakhs is the salary the person is expecting. By changing cell is nothing but the basic cell. So these are the input parameters you have to give it.
Prabhas, can I please share my screen?
Yeah, sure.
I am a little confused. Have I done this correctly? Have I done this correctly?
Just let me see.
So the
It's
entire
getting loaded.
value stream.
It is getting loaded.
Okay.
Well, so what you have taken, yeah. See, the achievement you have made, annual CTC is 14 lakhs. We got it. That's it.
We got it. But
Yeah, yeah.
I'm okay because it did not match your numbers 52, 10, 26, 15. So I got a little confused.
No, it will be definitely matching with me. See, I am also getting 52, 745, 10, 549, 26, 373. These things are there with me also. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yes, yes. No problem. Yeah, that's it. All right, people. So I'm taking the control back on the screen. I believe everybody is clear with this goal seek application. Okay. Any doubt, any queries from anybody?
Sir, if I have more than two criteria,
Yeah.
then will it work?
No, because in goal seek itself, it is pretty clear that you have only one objective cell. If you have got multiple objective cell, you could have gone for it. So since it will be only working with one criteria, so you can objective cell only can be one. Now, to answer your question precisely, if you have got multiple criteria, like when I go for my other allowances or other perks or other any other extra perquisites I'm giving it to in the format of SCTC, then in that case, this option will not work. You have to go for one more tool naming called solver. So solver is nothing but the advanced version of our data analytical tool of GoalSeek, nothing else. So where it is available, see, solver you will be finding in your data menu, but that is a add-in we need to first install. So this add-in where it is available, you have to go to file, you have to go to options, then you have a separate tab called add-in in the category side, and in this add-ins when I go and select in the bottom side I will be getting one option called manage Excel add-ins go. So I need to go and click this go button, and when I go and click this go button there is a solver add-in. You can see the checkbox is not activated. I need to activate this, and once I go and click OK, then it will take 5 to 10 seconds, and immediately in the data menu you find on my screen there is one option called solver is activated, right? So this solver, how it is going to help you, you can take the solver, same thing like set objective we have defined, this is what. Now how much value you are expecting, say 14 lakhs. Now when I go for 14 lakhs over here, now by changing variable cell, which cell I should change, I will take this cell. Now over here, can you see we have got a beautiful option called subject to constraints. So if you have other parameters you want to confine, and if you want to go for any other categories you need to define there, you can keep on adding the constraints. So constraints can be many, but object only will be one. So this is how when you go and apply this, suppose say take an example, I'll go for solve this. This is going to give me the result over here. Now, since it is already defined, let us go back and change the situation. Suppose if I go for 40,000 and this is what the status, I'll go for data, I'll go for solver, and same thing parameters. This is what the total cell, total CTC 14 lakhs, and changing our basic. Now, only thing is I need to click the solve button. So can you see with immediate effect, same solution I'm going to get. But the beauty is you can get multiple parameters to define. So this is how when you have more than one criteria or more than one input to define, object will be always one, but constraints can be many. So that is the beauty of solver.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Yeah,
you.
welcome.
Prabhas, one observation I had. See, here you said that basic should not exceed 60,000,
Right,
right?
right,
But here it is by fluke, like 14 lakhs, and but it is not that we are able to control that. It is showing a basic value of 52,745,
true,
but it's not subject to our control, you know. It is
true,
the system is throwing up that value, right?
right,
And secondly, you mentioned that the cells should have formula, but in this C column, only this DA and HRA and monthly CTC and annual CTC have formula. Medical
Right.
allowance, uniform, and basics are not formula driven.
right,
So the first condition, what you mentioned, that all the cells should have formula.
Mhm.
Is that
Not all the
correct?
cells, not all the cells. The data must contain some formulated cells. I did not say all the cells should contain the formula. I said the data, whatever you are working with, there must be a formula driven cells.
Okay, okay.
So I cannot just take a static cell. What I mean to say is 40,000, 8,000, 20,000. I cannot have a static cell and I can go with goal seek, because when you want to do your different kind of permutation combinations, what is that it is going to adjust? When you have a formula, then only it can adjust that. So that is the basic rule.
Okay.
All right. So
And what about my second query? Basic should not INR 60,000.
This is just for the information. This is our internal discussion. I told you management has given me. I cannot set as a one more condition over here because the goal seek doesn't have that option. More than one criteria, I cannot give it. So I can have only one objective.
Yeah, but the solver can.
Yes, that is what the replacement, that is what the answer to your second question. All right, so this is again depending upon your need, you can go for it. But the add-in, you can ask me a question, Prabhas, why it does not form part of my ribbon menu? Why it comes as an add-in? The reason is Solver is a tool which is not developed by Microsoft. It is developed by some third party, but certified by Microsoft. That's why it comes as an add-in. Okay, but how to activate? I told you the procedure. You should go to File, Options, Add-ins, Go, and then you have to activate this. Okay, fine then. So how to use this data analytical tool GoalSeek? We have got a basic understanding, and I told you the uses where you can use it. And one more usage also I'll tell you. Suppose you are paying your EMI for your housing loan and all. Suppose you have home loan, you have got it, and the amount you are paying, any point of time, if you want to check, are you paying the exact amount what you are supposed to, or you are ending up paying some extra amounts? At any point of time, if you want to cross check with the banker's disbursement schedule or something, then you can always take the help of this GoalSeek tool as well, because you know your tenure and how much EMI you're paying, you know that very well, and the interest rate is known to you, so you can calculate by yourself. And you can give again a question, if at all anything, any difference amount is turning up, you can ask a question to your banker. All right, so this is how people you can make use of this GoalSeek tool. Now I'll take you through the next. The sheet name is called Data Clean 1. Now, why we need to clean our data? Why we need to? Yeah. Yes, tell me.
Sorry to interrupt.
Mhm.
I had one query.
Okay.
Like in the GoalSeek,
Okay.
in GoalSeek, where we introduced to this basic amount of 52,745. What if the amount would have exceeded 60,000?
Well,
What we would have done to bring it to, yeah.
right. So when if it is exceeding 60,000, so definitely I can't accept his offer. I can't accept his demand, the candidates, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to do the other way around, like what would be the amount I should agree with? Then you have to do the reverse calculation. So your calculation, data calculations would be different, not in this way. Okay, the reverse calculation that we call it as a reverse calculation. So first we'll be having the CTC, then we'll be going for basic. So basic here it is a static cell, and at that point an annual CTC would be a static cell. So that is called reverse calculation.
Because the obvious situation, I don't want to lose the person, and I have to make some arrangements, isn't it? So that's why I asked him.
Right. I understood that what you're saying. Suppose say in that case, if you want to go for a win-win situation, satisfying all this demand and all these things, you want to do it. That's the tool I told you. You have to go for solver. So you can have a constraint that, okay, I should not go beyond 60,000, and the person also should be satisfied with that. So what is the amount I can arrive at maximum? So you can go for a solver tool and you can go for it. But again, for solver purpose, I should have a different setup because I should have more than one parameters to set it out. So here what is happening, I'm just only taking basic, and since basic is a static cell, I cannot play around with that only one. So if I have got other things like performance bonus or annual bonus, something would have been there and I could have played, because basic I cannot change it much. I can only just play around with the other perquisites. Like if you go for CTC, you will be finding basic will remain the same. If you want to negotiate with the salary, the organizations, they will be adding some extra benefits to you, not with the basic or DA, because the entire structure will be changing. Along with the PF, DA, everything will be changing, including HRA as well.
Got it.
Right.
Prabhas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can send a message in the chat box.
Mm-hmm.
It's showing that I'm not the member. It's showing.
No, everybody is able to. So there is no restrictions in the user ID wise. Everybody able to send me that.
No, there is a, it's failed to send to us.
Yeah, also it's written that I can't send a message because I'm not a member of the chat.
No, we have not created any group or kind of stuff. Are you accessing through the web version? Or you are having
Yes.
a MS
No.
Teams application? No.
No application.
Have you logged into MS Teams applications, or you have logged into the web browser like in Google Chrome or something? You have gone for that and you have operated with. Then there is no restrictions because we have not created any kind of restrictions for any users.
But still it's showing this. I don't know why.
Just log out,
If any-
log out and log in again during the break. Yeah, you can unmute and speak if you have any query. No issues. Okay, right. Fine. So let us go for our next is called data clean 1. So now the question is why we need to clean our data. See, most of the time what it happens, people, 90% cases we receive the data in uncleaned and unstructured format. And there, unless and until you clean up your data, then you cannot work further, or the data is not ready for next level. You cannot apply necessary formulas or functions over there. And that's the reason why we need to clean up our data. So now, if you look at our data, what kind of problems we have, let's have a look. If you see, most of the times we get some kind of errors like hash NA, reference, hash division, hash name, hash value, all this kind of errors we come across. Now, this kind of errors, when it is there, it generates a lot of curiosity or a question mark running in your mind, why we have so many errors in place. We go back to the source data to check in the backend. And when you try to check it out, you find the reason behind it, nothing but the data absence, format incompatibility, or case sensitivity. Because of all these problems, this kind of errors generates. And what we do, we ignore this because these are not playing any role. And our problem starts when you send it to the next level as it is. People keep asking a lot of questions. Why there are so many errors? Why this kind of error is there called hash NA? Why hash value is there? So again, you have to keep explaining the same thing, the reasons behind it, which is actually consuming a lot of time of yours, and the premium time which you are wasting that could have been saved by replacing all these errors with a predefined text. So this is how, whenever you receive your data, it is our primary duty to do the right treatment with the errors and replace the same with some kind of predefined text like 0, hyphen, nil, not available. Then only you can stop people asking unwanted questions. But how to do that? That is what the major concern. So wherever errors are there, we want to replace with a text called NA. So what's the choice we have? What we need to do, or what we do exactly? We go for find and replace. Do you agree with me? When you have this kind of errors in place, we go for find and replace, right? But that is not going to help us because find and replace, it helps only one time to handle one type of error. But we have got varieties of errors. So first we have to make a list. What are the types of errors we have? And that many times we have to roll out this activity of find and replace, which is again a time consuming job. So what we can do is, people, just start along with me. Select your data, keeping the cursor anywhere, and press Ctrl G, G for Gamma, G for Goa. You'll be getting a go to dialog box on the screen. And there we have a tab called Special. So when I go for this special tab, if you look at what will be happening, it will take you to your go to special dialog box where you could see an option called Constants is there from the left, second one, Constants. Now having the selection with the constant, please deactivate numbers, text, logicals. I repeat, having the selection with constants, please deactivate numbers, text, and logicals. And once you do the same, when you click OK, you will be finding on your screen, don't do anything, just watch your screen. What is happening from the entire data set, only those cells are containing errors are in selection. Now, leave your touchpad, leave your mouse, immediately start typing on your keyboard, NA. Wherever it is typing, don't worry, don't bother. But if you're really interested to know, look at your formula bar. Is it typing NA? Yes. Now what you need to do, just go for Control Enter. So when you go for control enter, the entire errors, whatever we had, are replaced with NA. But there, our work is not over yet. What we need to do, we have to go to our home tab with the same selection, go to the home tab, color these cells. Why we need to color it? Because the moment you color it, below to the data, you can put a legend, a story, stating that the yellow colored cells are nothing but error-driven cells replaced with NA. So whenever you send it across to someone, he will read out the legend and he can understand what you have done with this. He will not trouble you anymore having some unwanted questions over there. So this is what the right treatment of our errors and presenting our data effectively over there in spreadsheet. So kindly confirm, is it working? Any doubt, any queries?
Go to is in which tab, Abbas?
The control G, if you want to go for control G is the keyboard shortcut, else go to home. In home, we have an option called go to. So if you go for find and select the last tab over there, you have an option called go to, or you can go to directly go to special also if you are navigating through the menu driven commands. Right, people? So how to do the error treatment in our data? Is it clear? Any doubt? Any queries? Okay.
Remark that no cells were found.
Okay. I'm doing it one more time. Just have a look where is the mistakes you have committed. So first you have to select your data, control A. First watch 1 minute on my screen. Okay. Then control G, G for Goa, G for Gamma. You have to click the special button. Then you have to select the constants, and then having the selection with constants, you need to deactivate numbers, text, logicals. And then once you click OK, it will select all the error-driven cells. Leave your mouse, leave your touchpad, immediately type NA. Wherever it is typing, don't worry. But if you are interested to know where it is typing, you can look at your formula bar and exactly what exactly it is being typed, you can confirm. And then hit Control Enter. And the final step, you can go to home and color them. And then you can put a legend in the bottom of the data that yellow colored cells are nothing but error-driven cells replaced with NA. Right, Sriram? Just try it. If it is not happening, you can share your screen. I can take you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Prabhas.
Okay, no problem. Fine then. So, Vanisha, is it working? Okay.
Yes, it
great.
happened. I
Fine,
did.
Fine.
Thank you.
Right. Deepak, Sanmugam.
Yes, sir, I am pleased.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay. Great. Fine. Vishukam.
Your proposal is done.
Okay, great. Fine, people. Don't feel shy. Keep asking the questions. You have all the liberty. Don't worry about it. Make it clear 1 point at least. Okay. And then later in the practicing hours, you have the recordings. You can refer it. But one-time practice is very, very essential in the training. All right. So having said this, we have now understood how to do the right treatment with our errors. Similarly, let's go for a hands-on practice. If you look at our data, there are so many places we have got some blank cells in place. You can see on my screen, I'm highlighting. We have got blanks over here, Again, here we have blanks, lot many cells are there. So now our objective is wherever blank cells are there, we want to replace it with a text called nil, N-I-L. Let's do it. Select your data, Control G, then go for special, then click blanks. Can you see one blanks option is there? And when you select blanks over here and click OK, you'll be finding only the blank cells are alone in selection. As I said, leave your touchpad, leave your mouse, and immediately type nil, N-I-L, and go for Control Enter. So immediately you'll be finding all the blank cells are replaced with our text called nil, but that is not yet done. What you need to do, final step, go to home and color those cells to a different color. So this is how, again, you can put a legend in the bottom of the data that green color cells are nothing but blank cells replaced with nil. So this is what the treatment we have understood in our data clean 1 people, how to do the treatment with the trace-driven errors, how to do the treatment for the blanks and make our data ready for next level. So kindly confirm it's working for everyone. Any doubt, any queries?
Confirm.
Okay, great.
So Prabhas, when I go to home, just in case if I don't want to use the shortcut Control G, I go to home, and where do I find the go-to option? Towards the end, sort and filter, towards
Yes.
that side.
Yes, you have to go to find and select. After sort and filter, find and select one option is there. And within that,
yes, got it.
Within that, go to special.
Yes, go to special found it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome. Fine. So we have done with our data clean 2, oh sorry, data clean 1. Now we'll proceed to our data clean 2. So again, I'll be taking you through the data first so that everybody can connect with it, and then we'll be start working with. Well, what it happens, people, the moment we download our data from SAP or ERP, though it is of IBM ERP or Oracle ERP, though it is of SAP 4, SAP 6, or SAP HANA or SAP SuccessFactors, the problem is the common one. One is our number will not be in number format. Second one, the date will not be in date format. So this is for sure. And unless and until you clean up this columns data, you can't work further. So this is what the data we have right now. Suppose, say, take an example. My boss asked me, Prabhas, get me the entire fixed asset register. So I gave a respective T code in my SAP system, and I could download a fixed asset register having near about 10,000 records over there. And how it is, like we have got our asset code, you can notice, and asset description is also there. Asset class is there. So this is our first problematic area. What is that? The column is containing the numbers, but it is not in number format. Pretty sure. So now the question is, how did I know that these are not in number format? Simple. If you look at each and every cell, top left corner contains a green color flag symbol. Can you see? Green color flag symbol, right? So this is giving a message, our data is not compliant with your right format. So now our job starts to clean the data. But how to clean it? Our experts, they will suggest you, Prabhas, don't be panic. Select your data, go for this yellow color symbol, and you'll be getting an option called convert to number. But I do not recommend this. Reason is, this option will work fine, I'm not denying. But this option is being designed to deal with the limited row items. Like you have got 20, 30, 40, max to max 50 row items, you can work conveniently. But technically in our case, how many line items of data we have? 10,000. So by default or by mistake or unknowingly, if you have opted this method, what will be happening? You will be inviting the trouble to yourself. What kind of trouble? Like Excel not responding, Excel is restarted, Excel stopped working, or Excel screen is hanged, or Windows is stopped working. So all these problems we some or the other we would have encountered, and this is the reason why we are getting such kind of messages. So now, what is the ideal way to clean up our data? This is what the question. So what we can do, people, keep your cursor in your asset class column, first value, and select the rest. Shift Control down arrow key. So entire columns data set will be selected. Now what you need to do is going to data menu. Can you see an option called text to column? Going to data menu, your option called text to column. And when you go to text to column, you will be finding over there a dialog box appears, and in this dialog box you no need to do any changes. Directly go and click finish. Directly go and click finish. And when you go and click finish button over here, with immediate effect you could see all these green color flag symbols have been removed. Now the data is ready for next level. It is ready for any kind of operations or calculations, or you want to just make a formula driven results also, you can do that. So this is the best way to clean up our data and the solution for the first problem from our SAP driven records. So kindly confirm, is it working?
Yes.
Right.
Professor, after going to data menu, then what we have to choose?
Text to column. I'm highlighting, you can cross check also. Text to column.
I'm not getting it in the options.
Okay, what is the option? Yeah, right. So open text to column and click finish.
Yes.
All right. So now we'll be proceeding to our problem number 2. So come to the extreme right column. You see there is a year column containing some errors like hash value, right? So if you go to any of the random cell and you open the formula, you can see there is already a year formula embedded over there. And we have seen in our day 1 also, there is a ready-made year formula in Excel. But that year formula is depending upon our date column. So now we are completely sure that since our date is not in proper date format, year is not fetching the value. So let's go back to our date column. Keep your cursor in the first date of the date column and select the rest. Control Shift down arrow key. Now, if you look at our date column, what is the problem? You notice? Anybody?
It has got this dots in between.
Right. So the problem is with the separator. So ideally, what kind of separators we can use in our date?
Hyphen or slash.
Yeah.
Slash.
Hyphen or slash, but which slash? There are two types of slash. One is forward slash, one is backward slash. So only forward slash is permitted. Okay. So now in this over here, if I want to rectify my date column, bringing into a proper date format and bringing our year answer, what you can do is again, select your data update, go into the data menu, same text to column. So when you go for text to column over here, people, you can notice by default, it shows as delimited. No problem. No need to do any changes. Then I should go and click next. First 1 minute, watch my screen. Then again, it will be showing delimiters list. I no need to do any changes. I'll go and click next. And in this tab, you could see it is showing me column date format as general. But technically, our data is in date. So I should convert into date. I should select the change from the date. And what kind of format it is there? Is it DDMMYY or MMDDYY? It's of DDMMYY. So I need to check whether it is showing DDMY. Yes. If my data would be of MDY, I should go and change it to MDY. If my data is of YMD, I should change it to YMD. So what format it is exactly, you should choose from the drop down. And once you choose the drop down accordingly, and then you go and click finish, just see the beauty. With immediate effect, the year column which you are showing the errors, it will be turning up with the right values. So this is the best way to clean up our data from our problem number 2 of our SAP records. How to bring the date into proper date format. Check it out. Is it working?
Yes, it's right.
Right.
So I go to text to column delimit. When I go to delimit,
No, you don't need to do anything. Delimited will be the default option selection.
okay, then I click next.
Next.
Then I have tab, semicolon, comma,
No need
space,
to do
other.
anything. No need to do anything on that.
Next, okay. And then I go to date.
Right.
And I have to select D.
You see,
DMY.
in your system, is it the same format, whatever I am saying, like 01-101996? Is it showing as a dot over there?
Yes, it shows as a dot only.
Right.
101.
Right. So first is 01.
1996. It shows as a dot in my
Right.
selection.
Right. So first is 01, then dot 10, then dot 1996. It means your data is of DMY format. So you have to ensure that in the drop down, it is selected as DMY. And then click finish.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So instead of hyphen for me, search, I mean, the slash.
Might be your system bottom right corner. You see what is that format you have?
Oh, okay. It's
Yeah.
a slash format.
That's why it is adopting that.
How to change it? Is there something?
No, you don't need to change that because see, this is what the system driven format. So always Excel is depending upon your system date format only because there is no predefined calendar in Excel. It always takes our system date. If you want to change it, you have to go to control panel and you have to change the entire user setting. So if you want to do that, I can help you. Would you like to do that?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, fine. Please share your screen. Let me have a look.
That is my window. Oh. That is yeah. Control panel.
I'm unable to see the screen. Yeah, go to start button. Have you shared your entire desktop?
Yeah, I have two desktop.
No,
Two desktop in the sense, two more extended one.
okay. No, but I'm not able to see. If you press the start button, just press the start button.
Yeah.
Well, so I can't
This is
see your
Windows
start
5.
button. That is what I'm saying. You have not shared your entire screen. Please do that. Go for sharing for entire desktop or entire screen.
Okay. Okay. Able to see
Yeah,
now?
now I can see. So go to control panel again. Yeah, you can maximize this window. And there you have got region. One option is the region. Towards your right. Yeah. Towards your that region, you can go for it. Yes. No. Don't change there. Don't change there. Go to region only. First you go to region. Yeah, hold on, please. Now it is showing the system compatible format, right? So go for the drop down. Go for the drop down.
Short date, long date.
No. There you go, huh? English India. There will be an option called English India. Scroll down, go for E, alphabet E, English India. Right.
Okay.
Now,
Yes.
now it is coming up. Now, suppose say you want to show month in terms of text. So you can go to additional settings. On bottom, you can see one option, additional settings. Yeah, click on there. Go to date. Go to date tab. No, in the top, date tab is there. Yeah. There you go and add one more M. In that short date, you add one more M. Two M's are there. Type one more M. Yeah. Now click OK, apply, and click OK.
Okay.
Right. Right. Now your bottom right corner system, whatever the date format you see, it will be changing to your hyphen.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Fine then. So welcome. So I'm taking the control back on the screen now. Okay. So I believe now we have understood that whenever you download the data from SAP or ERP, what are the areas you need to focus to clean up your data. Now, though our year column is clean, people, but this is not ready for dispatch. The reason is, if you look at our year column is containing the values as a comma separator. So comma is allowed only in place of currency or you have a number. But years cannot be ever expressed having a comma as a separator. Do you agree?
Yes.
So
Yes.
again, our job starts to clean up them. So keep your cursor in the first year value of the year column and select the rest. Control Shift down arrow key. And then, if you remember, yesterday I told you some keyboard shortcuts for formatting, like any point of time to convert any format to number format. What was that I told you? Anybody? Any format to number format. Control Shift 1.
Shift 1.
Yeah. Similarly, any format to date format. Control Shift 3. Any format to percentage format. Control Shift 5. All these things we have discussed in our day one. In business math sheet, data presentation sheet, all these cases we have already seen. So this is the reason why I asked you to go for a practice. So if you do not practice, you will forget all these things. Fine. Now, here, if you want to convert any format to general format, see, in our keyboard, above to the tab key, there is a infinitive key symbol. We call it as a tilde key, T-I-L-D-E. Very rarely in use, but yes, we have a usage of that. If you remember, I told you there is a usage of this key along with control. If you go for it, it will show or display all the formulas, control with tilde. But if you want to convert any format to general format, you have to go with this key along with your combination control and shift. So control, shift and tilde, when you press together, that will convert your format to general format. Check it out. Control, shift and tilde. Is it changing your format to general format? Yes. So this is how people, you have to clean up your data and then you can do all your necessary calculations or operations, whatever on this data set. So that's the story of our data clean tool. Any doubt, any queries?
Yeah, okay.
All right. Right. Malini, Manisha, clear? Shrupa?
Yes, clear.
Okay,
Done it. Clear.
great. Fine then. So now we'll proceed to our next example, naming call data clean 3. Okay. So first, let me give a background story of this data. Then everybody can connect with it and we'll be working together. Sometimes what it happens, people, in our routine activities, when we deal with our spreadsheet applications, sometimes we receive our data in different format or different platform. Like we receive our data sometimes in PDF, sometimes in MS Word document, sometimes in MS Access database or SQL table data, or could be a case of WordPad, or could be a case of .csv format of our data. So different formats we receive. And if you see, the beauty is in those formats, I mean, those platforms, whatever you receive, the data seems to be well organized, well tabulated, well formatted. But when you copy that data and paste it on your Excel to further analysis, the data completely goes haywire. Automatically, the data scatters here and there, column width will increase, row height will increase, and we do not have any idea what is the thing that has gone wrong. But unless and until you bring the data together at one place, you can't work further. So this is what the problem we face most of the times. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Right. So if that is the case, how to deal with? So we have got some data, something like this. Take a look. Suppose say my boss is working in a bank portal. and he has opened the bank software in his laptop. And the moment he's watching the window, he sees that bank name is there, bank account number is there, bank code is properly defined. And he has exported that data into Excel. And he has come out of that bank portal software. And when he opens that Excel file, he could realize that the entire data is dumped into a single cell. Like we have got bank name, bank account number, bank code, everything dumped into a single cell like this. So like this 10,000 entries he is having. Now immediately he got panic and he believes this is not his cup of tea. Immediately he called me, Prabhas, please come to my cabin. I need to discuss something with you. And he showed me this data and he asked me, why don't you extract only the bank code for me? This is what my boss is asking. So this kind of 10,000 records are there and my boss is expecting only the bank code to be extracted. Well, so how will I do that? If you were in my place, what would be the best option you will be availing so to get it out? Yes, people, whatever things is to come to your mind.
Concatenate.
Concatenate, how does help you? Concatenate is
No,
just...
not concatenate. I can go to text to columns and also do that.
Text to column. Well, let me just take you through that. So no need to do anything. Just watch my screen, people. If I go for text to column, okay, I need to separate the data. I'll go for delimited since I have got the space separators. So I'll go for next, and here I'll choose space and I'll go for finish. What happens? My bank code somewhere in column G, somewhere in column H, somewhere in column F. Again, I have to keep working with individual cells. Can we make out? Right, people? So this doesn't make any sense. This is not going to work for me, right? Now, our friend Deepak is saying we can go for right formula. So sometimes people also suggest, since bank codes are at the extreme end of the statement, so people ask us go for a formula called right. So when I go for right formula and taking the data, how many characters I am looking for from the right? Bank code is of how many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when I go for 8, I could get my result for the first case. But when I go for application of the others, can you see somewhere I'm not getting the proper result? So why it is happening? Because the data is not of consistent type. Can you make out? So this is what the challenge people in our routine activities. Okay. Now nothing is working. Now suppose say this is what happened with our friend. Say take an example, Deepak. So Deepak has taken the help of our Excel expert. And what our Excel expert, guys, anybody's mic is on. Could you please keep it on mute? So when Deepak found all this situation like this and this is nothing is working, he took the help of our Excel experts. So each and every corporate, there will be some guys who will having good knowledge about Excel, and definitely we go and depend upon them whenever there is a need. And what they suggest that you should go for looking at the situation. They suggest if combination of len, mid, find, if error, and then sometimes they will ask go for the command called search. And when you look at the formula, it is not ending up with close parentheses, it is ending up with the curly braces, which is completely beyond of our understanding. And when Deepak asked the same to that guy, he is telling Deepak, you asked for the help, I did it, but I have my own work to do also. But if you're really interested to know how this logic works, what exactly we are doing, please call me after 5:30. I will help you out. This is how people react, or they give the answer. Now, without understanding the logic, when you go and apply, sometimes it works, sometimes it fails. Now, what happened? Our friend Deepak is completely annoyed, frustrated, and he left everything aside and he came back to the original track. What is the original track? Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Like that, he ends up doing the job like this. 1 or 2 case copy paste I can do, 10,000 cases. How much time it will be taking for us? Yes, Deepak? If you go and copy paste for 10,000 times, how much time you will be needing for this? A lot. If I guess 4 to 5 hours. Right. So in this case, do you believe that our superior, they will be having that much of patience to wait for 4 to 5 hours to get this job done? Yes, Sriram, what's your opinion? Do you think that people have that much of patience?
No,
Not at all.
have patience.
So people expect immediately should be happening everything over there. Now, in this case, take an example. I asked 4 hours to my boss. My boss is not convinced, but he has no other option because I am his best teammate and I am asking for 4 hours. But somewhere he's not convinced, and definitely what will be happening? There will be a question mark about my productivity, and that will be leaving a negative impressions in my KRA report. If my KRA report is negative, that will be impacting my appraisal system also. Complete chain reaction. Can you make out, right? So this is how the corporate scenarios. Okay. So what is the bottom line from the entire story? You have to always exceed the expectation if you want to make a difference at your workplace. So now take a look. The entire job, if I could make it happen for you, entire 4 hours job, if I could make it happen for you in just 10 seconds. Yes, 10 seconds. How much of quality time you are going to save? A lot, isn't it? So let's see now how to do it. So please stay focused on my screen for 1 minute, and then 1 minute I'll be giving time to try with. First, understand. So what I'll do, first I'll go on column C, I will delete whatever it is there. I'll go to column B, first data of mine, and I could notice my bank code is there always at the end of statement. Well, I will take that, I will copy that. I'll go to the next column and I will paste it. And when I paste it on my keyboard, I'll go for a simple keyboard shortcut, Control E, E for engine, and immediately you will be finding our data will be ready. Can you imagine? Like it's just a magic. So wherever bank codes are there, automatically it has pulled up the value. Now you must be thinking, what is that? We never knew about this. It's a simple, beautiful keyboard shortcut. Yes. So this is one of the artificial intelligence tool keyboard shortcut people naming called Flash Fill. So this option is available only if you are there in 2013 and above versions of Excel. Earlier it was not there. Check it out. Is it working for you?
Actually, this is crazy.
Yes. Trust me, 90% cases it will be helping you to for clean up your data. It's a very beautiful tool.
Yeah.
So people, everybody please confirm.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it did not work for me.
Okay.
So what I did was I went to the last code. I pasted the last code in the C column, and then do I select the entire C column?
No. You just keep the cursor. What you have pasted, you have to select that cell only, and then Control E.
Selected this cell, and then I did a Control E.
Yeah.
So what happens when I do a Control E? Above that cell, I just have something written for bank code. Nothing comes below it.
Okay, you just share your screen. Let me have a look what exactly you are doing.
Gotcha. Okay, so this is what came. Okay, this is what happened when I was doing it. I'll do it again for you. I delete this. This is what came out. I copied this
First,
from
one
here.
minute. First, you delete column D. Don't retain that column D.
Oh, okay. That is why I have bank code coming up.
Yes.
Now I think it should happen. Control E. Now it happened.
Right.
So because of that, I only had a bank code coming up.
Right. Because the data is there towards your light, having a duplicacy. That's why it is taking that. Because this is an artificial intelligence tool. We are not defining any kind of logic.
Okay.
Right.
But Prakash, how does it work? Suppose if I select Australia and New Zealand instead of the last
I'll tell you.
I select something else.
I'll tell you. This is just we are in the initial state. So we'll go slowly and working together. Don't worry. Sriram, could you please keep your video off because it is unwanted taking the screen. So video, just you make it off, the icon.
It's already on.
No, I guess it is the shared video is shared. That's why it is showing like this. Yeah, video make it off. Oh, now it is fine. Now it is fine. Yeah. All right. So now people over here, what you can do is over here, just see Next 1 minute, please closely watch my screen. You need to understand the concept of our flash fill. So as I told you, this is one of the, yeah, thanks.
Unable to see.
Yes. Thanks for reminding me. All right. Yeah. So now is it visible for everyone?
Yeah.
Right. So
Yes,
here,
it's up.
yes. So please stay focused for 1 minute. How it works. See, as I told you, it is a artificial intelligence tool. So here we are not defining any of logic of ours. What it does exactly, when I took this data, I copied and pasted, it established a relationship. What kind of relationship is, it understands that after last space, whatever the data is there, I should pick it up. So for this data set, this is the logic in the backend it creates. Who creates? FlashFill creates. And the moment we go for Control E, same pattern it is filling up down. All right. So the pattern may vary from case to case. And as long as the pattern is matching with your need, you are done. So any point of time, if the pattern is not matching, then FlashFill fails over there. But 90% cases, if your data is of consistent type, trust me, this will work like a charm. Now the question is, can I use FlashFill anywhere I wish? No. To apply FlashFill or to use FlashFill over there, you must satisfy 4 rules, which is very, very essential. I will take you through. So please stay focused again. So now we are going to discuss the FlashFill rules. Okay. Now, before proceeding further with our FlashFill rules, I will take you through something else as well. Suppose, say, you can ask me a question, Professor, okay, this is the Control E keyboard shortcut, you help me, I would understand. But the thing is, I don't remember all the time. I have a tendency to forget it, or I have a fear to forget the keyboard shortcut. Is there any place in the ribbon menu I can navigate the same? Yes, there are 2 locations you can have your flash fill, where if you go to home, there is an option called fill below to your Sigma auto sum, and there you have an option called flash fill. Just check, able to see? Home, fill, flash fill. Is it there?
Yes, it's there. Found it.
So this is our location number 1. The other location where you want to find out, or where you can find out, is, I'll tell you, going to data, you do have an option called flash fill. So this option, when you go for it in the data menu, this also works like a flash fill. Okay. So these are the 2 locations, people, you will be finding your flash fill tool. Else you can go for a keyboard shortcut. And as I told you, this option is available only if you are in 2013 and above. Now, how it works, I told you a bit of glance of that for the data specific. But the rules is, the rule number 1, I'll tell you. First, see, ensure there is a form, there is a blank column next to data column. So first try to understand the rules. What does it mean? See, if I have my data in column B, column C has to be blank. If column C is also containing data, you must create a blank column over there. So this is our rule number 1. Ensure there is a blank column next to the data column. Is it clear? I will copy paste the same in chat box, don't worry, but try to understand. So rule number 1, is it clear? Can I take that?
Yes.
Right. Now rule number 2, after flash fill, make paste special values. What does it mean? I'll tell you. See, we have extracted our data with flash fill. I should go and copy, right click, and then I should go for paste special. And when I go for paste special, there we have an option called values, which we have been doing so many times in our routine activities, no doubt about it. But is it really mandatory? Yes, because if you do not do this, though you have extracted your data and you save the file, when you tomorrow reopen the same, the data will change automatically. So to safeguard our data, whatever we have extracted, this exercise is also mandatory. So after flash fill, making paste special value, is it clear?
Yes.
Right. Now, rule number 3, create data header. Create the column header or data header only after step 2. So what I'm trying to say is, suppose you have not created your data. First, you have gone to create your header called bank code. And then if you try to go for flash fill, it will not work because Excel will treat this cell as your base cell. And based on this, if you want to go for flash fill, it will not give your results properly. So this is the reason why first you have to go for getting your data, then pasting as a special as a values, and then finally you should go and create the data header, naming called bank code. So this is our rule number 3 over here. Now, rule number 4, ensure there is no formula over data column. So what does it mean? Like if column B is containing my data, in column B, any of the cells should not contain the formula, because if it formula is there, flash fill will not work with the formula driven cells. So again, what you need to do, you have to copy, paste special value, then only flash fill will work. So this is our rule number 4. Ensure there is no formula over data column. Is it clear? Rule number 4.
Got it.
Right. So this is how people, these rules are very, very essential. So any point of time, if you are working with flash fill, make sure all the rules you are satisfying. Then definitely your data is going to be extracted properly. And 90% cases, as I told you, it will work like anything. And you can save a lot of time. You can increase your productivity. So any doubt, any queries with the rules?
Professor,
Yeah.
is it about the second rule once?
Second rule. After flash fill, you have got your flash fill data is ready. You have to select, you have to copy, you have to right click, you have to go for paste special. And when you click paste special, it will be taking you to a dialog box where you have to choose the values.
Okay.
But I did it just I tried it. The first rule, what you mentioned, no? the column above the data column should be blank. That is, the bank code should not be there. But you'll be surprised to know that I tried along with that and I still got the values right.
No, you will be getting. See, as I told you, this is data specific. For this data, you get it. Because there is a option over here, bank name and code, everything is there. That's why you are getting it. Not all the time you'll be getting. So this is the reason why we have tested near about more than 10,000 different types of set of data. And then this kind of rules I have concluded with. And that works fine. That's why we're suggesting all these things. You go and check.
So what you're saying is that as per that there is a blank column next to the data column. That is column C mein that bank code should not be there. That's what you're saying, right?
That is no. See, bank code, the data header you should not first create. You should first create your data, then finally you go and create your data header. So never ever create the data header first.
Okay. So in cell 3C, there should not be anything. That's what the first rule is. No? There is ensure there is a blank column next to the data column,
yes,
right?
complete column should be blank.
Okay.
Can you show the paste special values once again?
Yeah. You can select your data, copy the same, Control C, right click, paste special. You have a ready-made option. You can click on that, and then you'll be getting a dialog box. You need to choose the option values.
Got it.
All right. So I believe everybody is clear what we did so far, right? Now, I will take you through where else we could use this kind of flash fill in our routine activities. Just see. Now, kindly do one thing along with me. This data clean 3, whatever the sheet tab name is there, right click upon that. You'll be getting an unhide option. Able to see?
Yes.
When you click that unhide, you will be getting a dialog box where a text challenge one sheet name is available. Select and click OK. So you'll be getting this kind of data set, one sheet available over there, text challenge.
Got it.
And in this text challenge, people, you will be finding a set of data. Like, say, take an example. I have downloaded a report from our SAP or ERP. I found my customer name, vendor name, or employee name in this format, like first name in one column, last name in other column. Now, looking at the same, suppose my boss is asking to us, if this is a name, then why don't you combine the data? So how do we combine our data?
We can use AND function, or we can use AND.
Yeah,
A and B.
right. So there are various methods. We go for it, right? So our experts, they will say you go for concatenate formula. It's a very lengthy formula, but yes, for your understanding, I would say there is a formula called concatenate, but I don't recommend this. Instead, what we can do, taking our first name, ampersand, we can go for last name, but the problem is it will combine and make it as a one word. Technically, these are two different words. So what we can do is equal to first name ampersand, we need a space. So space we can define within two double inverted quotes since it's a character. Now, I need to again combine the last name. I should go for ampersand one more time, last name. And when you go for it, my data is combined. So this is how, the moment you look at the best option as such, we have explored is taking the ampersand sign. Do you agree? Right, people? So this option, what we discussed, it was the best option till yesterday because we have never attended the training. So today, once you have joined this class, and if you want to do the same job, just see, you don't need to go for any kind of formula and functions. Suppose I have the data in this format, I can go to the next column and I'll type Hari space Sadhu, one instance, Control E, done. Can you see that? No formula, no function, file size will not increase, and instantly, immediately, even though I have got 10,000 records, I'm able to populate the data with the desired options. So this is how people, because of flash fill, your speed is also going to increase over there, right? Similarly, if you happen to segregate your data, ideally what we preferred or what we have been using is text to column to separate my first name in one column, last name in other column. So always people prefer to go to text to column, delimited, next, and choosing the space as a separator. And the moment you go for next, again changing the destination over here, and you have to go and click finish. So that is really a tedious process and takes a lot of time, but this is no longer required. Just see the beauty. Suppose say I have the data in this format, okay? I'll go to my next column over here, Hari, over there, and next column, type Sadhu over there, and Hari, Control E, Sadhu, Control E, done. Two keyboard shortcuts, entire data is separated. So there are a lot many places people you can use this flash fill option, and it is going to save a lot of time for you. All right. Hope you got some basic understanding where else we can use this flash fill.
Flashcard provides so many ones.
Sorry.
Repeat last part. Control T.
The data segregation you're talking about?
Yeah. Using Control T.
Yeah, Control E only. See, going to hurry over here, again typing shadow over here, then hurry, Control E, shadow, Control E. So I believe it's clear working for everyone that how this flash fill we can use.
So, Prabhas, any formula-driven examples can you show?
No.
Mathematical, where
No.
flash fill can be used?
No, formula driven it will not work. That is one of the rule we have discussed, right? So
Okay.
your data should not contain any kind of formula. Yes, Shanmugam, you can combine your data in this format. This is what we discussed. Your first name, ampersand, last name. This is what the formula we discussed. Okay. So flash fill, how to work around. We have seen the various situation. Also, we have explored now. Suppose say a question must be running in your mind. I do understand. Okay. Bank code, since it is in all the place, it is in the last segment, it is there, or in the end of the statement, I could get that. What if I have some data in the middle of the statement? Can I extract it? Like the bank account number. You can notice in all the places, it is there in the middle. So let's go and explore. Is there any possibility to get our bank account numbers separately? So as I told you, the first rule first, what is that? Next to the data, column should be blank. Let's go for it. Then need to go for bank account number. So go to our data and select the bank account number over there. Copy that. Come to column C and paste it. What is the shortcut for flash fill?
Control E.
Control E.
Check, is it working? Are you getting all your bank account numbers properly?
Yes, working. Work.
Check, please. See, I have highlighted. No need to go very far. The second case itself, just see. Are you getting your bank account numbers, including zeros in the left?
Can do control field, right?
Yeah. So here, what is happening? Why I'm not getting my results properly? The reason is, I'll tell you some information about Excel. You have to understand. Just see. No need to do anything. Watch my screen. Whenever I have my data, suppose I am trying to type some data. No need to do anything. Just watch my screen for a minute. If I'm typing my data in this place, okay, I want to know how many characters available. If I go for len formula, it is showing me 10. So I have got 10 characters and all the 10 characters are visible. Able to see people? Now suppose say if I go and increase one more over here, all the characters are visible? Yes. If I go for one more character to increase, now what happens? Are you able to read all the characters?
No.
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 So this is the problem. So what you have understood from the exercise, that whenever you are typing your data in the numerical format or the number format, it can hold only up to 11 characters. If the character is exceeding 11, that it can't read your data and it will be showing the format like this. So now our objective is, we don't bother about the formatting whatever it has, but we should be in a position to read our data. So for this case, what we can do is, we can select our data. The moment we are typing, anything you type with apostrophe, one single quote in the beginning, when we go for it, then immediately you can see the data will be converted to in a readable state. So this becomes a text format, because the green color flag symbol you can see appearing in the left. And now, even though I go for it, same characters, it's in a readable state. So here from this exercise, what we have understood is, when I go for my flash fill, our flash fill tries to store the data in a number format. That's why we are unable to get our data. So what we can do is, just look at my screen. I will go to my data and I will select my bank account number. I will copy that. I'll come back to column C and I will paste it. But when I paste it, it is trying to store in a number format. So we do not want to do it. What I'll do, I'll first go for apostrophe, then I will paste it. So when I hit enter, it will store the data in a text format, because anything you store with apostrophe, it will store the data as a text format. And now rest of story, Control E, got the data. Now, once we receive it, as I told you, rule number 2, selecting the data, copy the same, right click, our paste special and values, and click OK. And rule number 3, after this only create your data header like bank, account, number. Now, if you believe, Prabhas, this green color flag symbols are really annoying, no need to worry about selecting the same. I'll go for this yellow color symbol, and what I'll do, instead of convert to number, you should go for ignore error. And when you go for ignore error, all these green color flag symbols have been removed. So this is how we have noticed now, even though we have data somewhere in the middle of the statement, still Microsoft Excel flash fill feature helps us in extracting our data. So give it a try and let me know, is it working?
Prabhas, I tried this. So some of my cells went blank. I'm not sure why. Two of my cells went blank.
Okay, please share your screen.
Should I
Let
share
me have a
my
look.
screen?
Yeah.
Share. So here you go. So I did this and I was checking my data before I could remove these green pointers. So this went blank, not sure why. And this here went blank, 20, the row number 20 is the column. So two of these cells went blank.
Fine.
Nothing appeared.
You delete, you can select column C. Column C, first you select.
Should I
Yeah.
delete everything? I'll delete everything.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
This here. Over here. Okay. Is it coming? No, it didn't came. Control E. Oh, it came now.
Yeah.
Now it came. Okay. Okay, all came.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you do copy paste special value.
I'm back. Copy paste special value. I stopped sharing, but I'll do it now.
Please.
Prabhas, even after doing the space special values, the green symbol is still appearing.
Yeah, it
Or
will.
that green side
It will. It will. That's what I told you.
It will appear.
Yes, you have to select. If you do not want that green color flag symbols, you have to select your data. In the left side, you will be getting a yellow color symbol.
Hello?
data clean 1, I told you there it's so we are getting a yellow colored symbol.
Okay.
That yellow color symbol you have to navigate and you have to choose ignore error.
Oh, sorry, Prabhas. Can you please repeat once more? Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. So you have to select all this data. And once you select, do you receive a yellow color symbol in the left?
Oh, yes. Okay.
And if you navigate,
Yeah.
you have an option, ignore errors.
Okay. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Right. So how Flashfill operates and helping us, we have got a basic understanding. So as I told you, always keep remembering the rules whenever you go for Flashfill. And any point of time, if Flashfill doesn't work, it is a simple message that it is unable to create the pattern and you have to go for the other alternative options. All right. So now bank code is ready. Bank account number is ready. Now, immediately, what happens? My boss is asking me a next question. Then, Prabhas, you have given me bank code, you have given me bank account number. Why don't you bring the bank name also? Well, so now our objective is to get the bank name. So let's go and do it. So you know now how to deal with. So give it a try. Take 2 minutes of time and get me the bank name, people.
It's not fully correct.
So you mean to say it's not working.
Yeah,
Okay.
as expected.
Okay. Yes, people, anybody has received?
Yeah, it's
bank
not
notes?
showing the complete bank's names in certain cases.
Okay.
For me, it appeared. For me, it happened.
Really?
No,
Some
but
cases it is not
complete,
happening.
yeah, complete name is not coming.
So can you say that partial it is working? Do you think that your boss is going to be happy when you give a partial results over there?
No.
Definitely not. So here one question arises. Just answer me yes or no. Whether flash fill is working.
For me, it worked just now. When I tried to get the bank name, it worked, and I can see all the bank names
Check.
separately
Check.
in column E.
No. Check the 4 cases. What I am highlighting. The Bank of Nova Scotia. Third one. UBS, Union Bank of Switzerland.
Okay. But yeah, it's not coming completely. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
So again, the same question I'm asking. What's your belief? Flash fill is working? Yes or no?
No, it is not completely.
No. It is working for the numbers.
Number of spaces.
Okay. I said answer is yes or no.
No, did not work.
No.
Okay. First of all, the answer is yes. Flash fill is working. That is the reason why we are getting the multiple answers, right? If flash fill doesn't work, then except the first one, none of the cells would be having the values. So when we are having the values, flash fill is working, but the output is not up to our desired format, what we are expecting, right? So here, what you have understood, our flash fill fails. The pattern, whatever flash fill is creating, it is not up to the mark. So as I told you, up to 90% only it will work. So 10%, this is one of the 10% cases. So when your data is not of consistent type again, flash fill is not going to work. But in that case, when flash fill fails, what is the options or choices we have? Let's go and discuss. So next 1 minute, please watch my screen, what I'm saying. Observe closely, and I'll be giving time to work with. See, as we know over here, if I want to get my bank name, stay focused, please. In this bank name, as a layman, if I think, if I go and remove the unwanted data from the entire cell, the balance leftover data is nothing but my bank name. Do you agree?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is what we are going to do. So first, if you look at where is your unwanted data starting with? Is it starting with your bank account number? The
Yeah.
unwanted data, is it starting with your bank account number? Right, people? Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes, yes,
So that is
yes.
what we have to
Yes.
that is what we have to identify. Where is the unwanted data started with? So to make it happen, just 1 minute, watch my screen. What I'm doing is I'll go for a formula over here equal to find. So find what? I need to find the bank account number. So bank account number is already found out by us, which is there in the right side, comma. Within text, where to find? Data in the left. Now, the moment I hit enter, it gives me 27. So what is the meaning by 27? When I start counting my data, A as 1, U as 2 from the left, and when I'm reaching to my bank account number, it is starting with 27th position. So bank account number, whatever it starts with, that cell character location is 27th. And if I go for double click on the fill handle, it will be giving the exact location. So depending upon the number of characters, 29, 25, 35, 17, all the character position, I receive it. Okay. So this is what my find formula does. Now, once I have identified that character position, what I'm going to do is I'll be using another formula to ascertain certain character, to extract certain characters from the left. So what it demands? Left formula, we know. Text, where is the data? Data is in the left, comma. Now it is asking how many characters you want from the left. Find formula is already giving me 27. So 27th position is my first character of the bank account number. I don't want that. But before that, whatever the character starting from the left till that character I am looking for. So what I'll do, I'll go for -1. Simple. So I don't want the bank account number, just one character lesser than that I am looking for. Simple. Now logic is clear. When you go for control enter, we got the result. So see how cool it is. So whenever you believe your flash fill doesn't work, we have to use this kind of formula. And that again, situation specific, need specific, we can go for it. So please give it a try and check, is it working? Hope this is working, people. Any doubt, any queries on this? So we got our bank name too as well over here immediately.
Because how do I see? I got the first bank name right. Now to copy that, I just use the fill option, no, or control plus shift plus down arrow.
No. You don't need to go for just go
Copy
for
the formula.
no. Just go for this fill handle button and double click on that. The drag button,
Okay.
you can go for double click. All right, so I believe it is clear in data clean 3, whatever the things we discussed. Now, we'll go for our next sheet, people, naming called data fill. So here again, we are going to discuss about a beautiful concept while making our data ready, how we are struggling and how to come over from that problem. We are going to discuss that. Well, so this is what, suppose say, these are the products I am selling to my customers. And I have got different retail outlets in multiple cities across India. So my boss asked me a question, Pravas, get me the entire revenue report. So I gave a respective T code in my SAP system. I could generate a report having near about 1 lakh records. How many records? 1 lakh records. So this is what the data type, okay, the structure. So there is a name called problem area. You can delete that. That is just for the demonstration or our understanding purpose I have created. Delete that. Now this is how the record it comes. Okay. Now having this 1 lakh records in this format, when I presented the data to my boss, he is not happy. He is telling me, Prabhas, this data is of no use for me. You keep it with you. I just want to see the records only related to vanilla powder. So I am selling multiple products, but my boss interested to see only vanilla powder related products. So if this is the case, how to present our information? Anybody?
We can use a match index function, no?
For what? What purpose match index function? See, we
To
have
find out
we have a
all
huge
those,
data. We have a huge data. We have to showcase only some specific information. What we do basically?
We have to fill all columns, empty columns.
No. My question, did not get it. See, we have got all the product related records of 1 lakh line items. My boss is interested in watching only vanilla powder related records. What we do? We go for filter, right? Yes or no?
Right.
So a filter is going to do the job for us. No need to think much.
Yes.
I have asked a very simple question only. See, how do you apply filter? Now the question, second question. Anybody can help me?
data filter, and then the icon will appear in all the 3 columns, and then in the product description, filter vanilla powder.
Okay. So that is what Rohan has precisely told me. Control Shift and L, or data filter, home filter, anything, or right click filter, whatever you are applying, that's fine. Now going to product description, I should go for over here is select all to deselect, and here I'll go for vanilla powder. So when I go for vanilla powder and click OK, my data is ready. That's fine. So this is how we apply filter, right? All of you must be agree.
Yes.
Right. Now, if we are doing in this fashion, from today onwards, we are going to stop it, because there is nothing wrong the way we are doing filter. The amount of time what we are spending for filter is not acceptable. Reason is, this kind of filter operation, what we do, people, if a person who is learning Excel for the first time, say like a standard 5 student, he is doing the job like this, it's okay, can be accepted, but not like a professional like us. So How to do a quick filter? Just see. I'll tell you various methods. What I'll do, I'll take my mouse pointer simply to vanilla powder, right click, filter selected by cell value. See the beauty. How quick is it? Filter buttons are activated. Vanilla powder alone is filtered out and our data is expressive. So I don't need to go for this Control-Shift-L, again going to product description, then going for searching, select all, deselect all, nothing is required. Do you agree? Is it faster, quicker?
Yes.
Right. So this is one method we have explored now. So something which is there in mouse right click itself, it is making the things very fast. Now I'll take you through one more information. Just say, on our ribbon menu, can you see on my screen just above to the ribbon menu, a small toolbar is there, many more options are available. Can you see that? Above?
Yes.
So everyone must be having that. Check it out on your respective screens. Do you see such kind of toolbar over there?
No.
Even I don't see. I see everything below the green ribbon.
Okay.
For me also.
Okay. If you have this kind of ribbon completely, do you see below to ribbon menu? Is there any some small button is there like this below to ribbon menu?
Specifically.
Okay. So those who are not finding this kind of quick access toolbar, small toolbar, please share the screen one by one. So who is not having, just raise your hand in the chat box. I mean, in your MS Teams option, we have a raise hand option.
I am not having. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, we can start working. So first, Vanisha is sharing. Okay.
You go. So this is where I am.
Okay.
I see these options here.
Hold on, please. Yeah. Yes, you have a small, see that undo and all those things in the same ribbon. No, not that. Go up, please. Up towards your left where you see the undo button. Can you see undo? In this is called quick access toolbar. All right. So Vishwakarma and Rohan able to see, or the person who are not seeing the bar, can you see now where to navigate?
Yes, I have that.
Okay, great. So this is what I'm talking about. This is called quick access toolbar. Okay. So now I'm continuing from our Vanisha screen. Please stay focused, people. Okay. Same quick access toolbar. If you navigate, click on that button. Can you see one option called more commands? More commands.
Yes.
Go for it. And when you click the more command, Excel options dialog box will appear on the screen, and there is a drop down called popular commands. Popular commands drop down. Vanisha, go up. Yes. Hold on there.
Yes.
Hold on there. So people, everybody is able to see the popular commands ribbon. And within that,
Yes, bro.
and within that, can you see an option called commands not in the ribbon? Second option.
Yes, got it.
So when you go for commands not in the ribbon, a list of commands will be available below to that drop down where you could see an option called auto format. Auto format. It is alphabetically arranged auto filter. Can you see one option called auto filter? Auto filter. Go for auto filter. Select auto filter. And once you select, in the right side immediately, there is an add button. Click on the add button.
Should I click?
Yes. So can you see immediately in the right side window, auto filter option also added? Just hold on, Manisha.
Yes.
Rest of people, please confirm.
Yes.
Right. Now, only thing is you have to click OK. You have to click OK. So when you click OK, in the small toolbar, can you see one icon is now added?
Yes.
So that's that's called your auto filter. Okay. Now, how to use this? I will tell you. So Vanessa, please remove the filter. Hold, just keep the cursor in the data below in the data. Control-Shift-L.
Okay.
Control-Shift-L. So now people, all of you, please bring the data, restore your data, having no filter over there like this. And then select vanilla powder cell. Select vanilla powder cell. And hold on, don't take your mouse pointer. Don't take your mouse pointer, Vanisha, there. We are not going to use the mouse buttons. Now, once you select vanilla powder, leave your mouse, leave your touchpad. On your keyboard, just press the Alt button. Alt button. Can you see that icon is assigned with a number?
4. Number 4.
It will vary from case to case. So for Vanisha's screen, it is 4. For others, maybe 2, 3, 6, 5, depending upon the number of icons over there. So you need to just punch that numerical key. So go and hit the key. Vanisha, for you, it is 4. Just press the 4 button. Can you see immediately your vanilla powder is filtered out? So this is one more way you can make use of this command called auto filter with Alt and that key which is assigned, and that will be making a quick filter over there. So now anybody is not getting such feeling or not getting that flavor in the screen, do let me know.
Should I stop sharing?
Yep, please.
Thank you.
Welcome. Yes, can I take that, people? Everybody's clear? Vishwakarma, able to follow?
No, Prabhas, can I share my screen?
Yeah, please do that.
I'm not finding that option.
No, you have not shared your entire screen. You have not shared your entire screen. I could see your Gmail box and all.
Now,
Right, I could see that. So it is not there in your screen. Fine. So we have to activate that. Go to File. The File menu. Go to File menu. Go for Options in the bottom. Options. Then you have an option called Quick Access Toolbar. One category in the left. Below to Customize ribbon. Quick Access Toolbar. Click that. And in the same column, just below, go below, there's an option called checkbox. Show quick access toolbar. Checkbox is not activated. Below. Show quick access toolbar. Checkbox is not activated. Yes, you have to activate. And then it is showing below ribbon. Just click the drop down. Click the drop down. Go to the drop down and make it above ribbon. Above ribbon. And now, yeah, click OK. And it will be now appearing on the, yes, click on there. Go for more commands. And from the first drop down where popular commands is there, go to the first drop down and choose commands not in the ribbon. Commands not in the ribbon, second option. And there you go for auto filter. It is alphabetically arranged auto filter, and select and click the add button and then click OK. Now select vanilla powder and go for Alt And when you press Alt, that icon will be applied with a number. That auto filter icon will be applied with a number. What is that? It is 1, right? So just press 1. Just press 1. And automatically vanilla powder related records will be filtered out. All right. So this is how people you can use this. Yeah, welcome. So this is how people you can make use of this quick filter actions over there, taking this kind of options over there. All right. Now, when I go for this, now you can have a look at my screen. Though I use vanilla powder and right click filter and this selected by cell value, but this is incomplete records I am displaying. What is the meaning by incomplete records? The store details are missing. The store detail column is not appearing with the city names or store details or outlet details is missing. So this is how when you present it, people will not be happy, pretty sure. So now the question is how to make our data ready. So basically the job is in store detail column. If you look at only the first row item is containing the respective city name, rest of the cells are remaining blank. So now our objective is with the regular intervals, whatever the blank cells are there, we need to replace the same with the city names, or we need to fill those cells with the city names. Then only we can make our data ready for next level. But how to do that? Just say, start working with me. Keep your cursor in your store detail column header. Then take your mouse pointer to the scroll bar. In the right side, you can see scroll bar and bring it extreme bottom. And when you bring it to the extreme bottom, the last row you able to see canned mushroom, the last row you able to see, correct? Now just do one thing, take your mouse pointer, don't click anywhere, take your mouse pointer to the last cell, don't click that cell, take your mouse pointer to the last cell. But when you want to click, hold your shift button and click. So automatically your entire store detail column would be in selection. So kindly confirm all of you have got your store detail column in selection. Now, once we have done with this, then leave your mouse, leave your touchpad, and please press the keyboard shortcut Control G. Go to dialog box will appear.
Just one. Sorry.
No problem.
Scroll down and then click. But when I'm clicking that cell, it's not selecting the entire column.
No. You should not select. That's what I told you. First, you keep your cursor in store detail. Then take your scroll bar, come to the extreme bottom, and take your mouse pointer to that cell. Don't click, but when you want to click, hold your shift button and click.
Yeah.
Now, along with this, Control G, G for gamma, go to dialog box will appear. There is a special button, click on the special button, and you have an option called blanks. That is what we have already discussed in our data clean 1, if you recall. Now, once you click OK, just watch your screen. Don't click anywhere, don't go anywhere, just watch your screen. What is happening? On the entire column, only blank cells are alone in selection, right? Now, once you have this, guys, anybody's mic is on, could you please make it on mute? If you have any queries, you can ask, no issues. So now, having said this, leave your mouse, leave your touchpad, again go for clicking equal to. It will start typing in the first blank cell of the range, and then just click the above cell. So above to the equal to sign, whatever the cell that is Mumbai, you have to click that cell and go for Control Enter. So when you press Control Enter, you will be able to find that all these blank cells, whatever we had selected, is it replaced with all the respective city names? So this is what the time-saving technique people to make your data ready at any point of time. And you can do the filter, you can prepare the pivot, and you can do for interactions. It will be ready for your actions. So this is how we have understood the data fill, how to do it. to make our data ready for next level. All right. So please give it a try. Whatever you have done in our dataset 1, please give a try in dataset 2 and fill that stored detail column. So have a immediate practice, please.
The equal to sign for typing that equal to sign, where do we have to place the cursor on some column?
No. Just type. It will start typing in the first cell only.
No, it's not.
You can share your screen. Let me have a look.
Prabhas,
Yeah.
for me, it's showing only for Mumbai, not for other cities.
Correct. Same for me.
Fine.
Yeah.
So any of you,
My
whoever is,
screen is shared, Prabhas.
yeah,
So what I'm doing here, I went and scroll down.
just a minute.
Then
Unable to see your screen.
And my screen is not sharing. Should I share my screen in the meanwhile?
No problem.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So you go with this. So this is what happened. So it only Mumbai appeared here when I did this, but I'll do it again.
Delete that Mumbai. Yeah.
Deleted it.
Keep your
So
cursor.
I'll go down.
Yeah.
My cursor here, and then I'll press Shift.
Absolutely.
So when I'm pressing Shift, now this is not happening. I don't know
No.
why.
Holding the Shift button, you have to press and hold. Then click this last cell. Yes.
Okay, now it happened.
Now,
Yes.
Control G.
Control G.
Special. Blanks. Okay. Now hold on. You should not take your cursor again. That is what you would be committing a mistake. Sometimes it will not work properly. So now when you type equal to, it will always start typing in the first blank cell. Correct?
Okay.
Right. Now just click the above cell where the Mumbai is written. Click the above one like Mumbai. Yeah. Now Control Enter. And now scroll down. You'll be finding all the city details has been filled up.
Yes.
Right. Fine. So Malini, is it working now for you?
I'm just trying it.
Okay. Anybody else is facing the trouble while doing this job, people?
Yeah, Prabhas, now it's done.
Okay, great.
So once I select the Mumbai, we have to select equal to the other one, then press enter.
Control Enter.
I'll try that. It's not putting it, but I'll try that. I'm sure it will.
Okay. Fine then. So I consider everyone is clear with our data filling techniques, people, so that we can save some time and we can make our data ready for next level, which will be helping us for our data analysis, application of formula, filter, pivot, anything I can do that. Now, go to our next cell or next sheet, naming called sorting. Okay, so we'll be working with this. Yeah. Yes, thanks. All right. So our next sheet now we are going to work with naming called sorting, like data arrangement techniques. Okay. So here we have got two data sets. We'll go and deal with one by one. So suppose say take an example. My boss asked me, Prabhas, get me the entire employee related information. So I gave a respective T code and I could generate a report from my SAP or ERP system. And I found near about 10,000 headcounts records in this format. Like we have got the name of the department, employee name, date of joining, and the salary they draw. Complete picture. But looking at the data in this format, my boss is not quite satisfied. What is telling me, Prabhas, why don't you arrange the data based on the department and bring it to a meaningful format? So why he's so specific about the department column? Let's have a look. If you look at our department column, what is the first department we have? Finance. Second, admin. Third, HR. Fourth, again, finance. Means data is there, which is shuffled, jumbled, and it is not in a proper shape or format. That's why my boss is expecting me to do the same job for him. Well, if that is the case, what we do, we are going to depend upon a data arranging tool called sorting. So sorting is a tool, basically, it decides the order depending upon the data type. If you have alphabets in place, A to Z or Z to A, if it is a number, smallest to largest, largest to smallest, if it is a date, oldest to newest or newest to oldest, it will work. Well, now if that is the case, how do I apply the sorting? Sorting is something which you'll be finding at three different locations. One, if you go to home, we have a ready-made option, sort and filter. Within that, I can go and navigate custom sort. This is one. Other one, we can go to data. We do have a ready-made sorting option also. We can deal with. Else, we can go for right click and we go for sorting. And over there, we have got custom sort. So whichever it is comfortable for you, you can go for it. But if you ask me, I would always recommend go for a keyboard shortcut. And what is that keyboard shortcut? Is Alt D S. So this is called Alt D S, nothing but data sorting. Data sorting. So you can select your data, Alt D S, one by one. Are you getting this kind of dialog box with a quick keyboard shortcut?
Yes, yes.
Right. Now, as my boss was asking me to do the job, sort by which column? Department. What type of data it is holding? Text or alphabet. So order will automatically set as A to Z or Z to A. So let it be A to Z, no need to do any changes. And the moment you click OK, our data is sorted. So this is how we have understood how to arrange our data depending upon the data type. Right, people? So can you see now each and every department wise data grouped together at one place? First accounting, then admin, all the admin records, then customer support, finance, HR, marketing, everything come together now. Right?
Prabhas,
Yeah.
if I select, if I do right click and filter, then what do I have to choose?
Not filter. Right click if you want to do, go for sorting. Sort. In sort, you have to do custom sort.
Yes, then sort by.
Sort by department.
Okay.
All right, people.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So this is how the moment I presented this, my boss is still not happy. Why? I'll tell you. Just say, he has looked at the data and he is telling me, Prabhas, you have arranged the data based on department, but what I see the salary, I don't find it's in order. So what I am expecting from you is you should present your data in such a way, each and every department wise, whatever the highest salary should appear in the top and whatever the lowest one should be appearing in the bottom. This is what my boss is expecting. So this is called our multi-layer sorting or multi-level sorting. So how to create such kind of multi-layer sorting? Let's have a look. Select your data and go for data sorting. Data sorting. And when you go for it, already department-wise sorting is embedded. You can see, no need to touch that, no need to tamper this, no need to modify that. In the top left corner, you can notice add level 1 option is there. Click on that. And when you click on this add label, immediately one more blank layer will be turning up. So as my boss is expecting, sort by department, already done. Next, what is expecting? Salary. So salary, what type of data is holding? Number. If number is there, order smallest to largest or largest to smallest. But what my boss is expecting? Largest to smallest. So we can select largest to smallest. And the moment you click OK, you could see each and every department wise the highest salary in the top and the lowest one in the bottom. So this is how people you can apply up to 30 multiple steps, 30 multiple steps of sorting in a set of database. So this is called our multi-layer sorting. Is it working? Yeah.
Yes, work.
So any doubt, any queries, people, so far, whatever we did, or any challenges you faced?
No, done.
Okay, great. Now here, we have done all these things, but still my audience is not happy. Why?
Pravas,
Yep.
yeah, it's only for accounting department. I am sorting all this, but other department administration and customer support finance, I'm having same, not small, largest to smallest.
Depends. That's what you have to select the all, right? You should not select only a particular department. You should select all. Then go for data
But
sorting.
I selected no, then
No,
all are amalgamated. I mean, accounting, administration, finance, all are mixed up. That's
no,
all.
no. Just share your screen, please. Let me have a look what you did.
Can I see it?
No, it's coming.
It's getting. Yeah. So you select Control A. Then Alt D S. Yes. So you have taken only salary. What is the department sorting? Yeah. A to Z, A to Z. Order you set as A to Z. Then no. Hold on. You have to add one more label. So there is an add label in the top left corner. See? Yeah. There you go for salary.
Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah, largest to smallest. And click OK. So now you'll be finding each and every department wise. The salary is also arranged with largest to smallest order.
Yeah, I'm stopping sharing. Huh?
No problem. All right, people. So as I was telling you, the moment we go and present our data in this format, still my audience is not happy watching that. Why? Did you do anything wrong? We did all the sorting options. We arranged with multi-layer sorting, but still my audience is not happy. The reason is, people, whatever we did, it is anybody's job. Anybody can do that. So how audience is going to be happy? When you give more add-on to the data, when you give more information before they demand anything, then only you can exceed the expectation, right? So now, to make our audience happy, what else we could present it? Let's have a look. So you are ready now. You have attended already our day one training program. Just recall, to make this data more informative, what else you could do? Anybody? Whatever things it comes to your mind. Let's see how far you are able to implement whatever you asked.
Of joining, we can do something for the date of joining.
For, I mean, what exactly you want to do with that?
Like who's
Also that e-date.
E-date, what is going to happen? See, e-date needs a input also called months. So how this e-date is going to help me? Okay, Rohan is saying format is table. I appreciate that. Yes, we can convert this data into a table format and present it effectively, as we discussed yesterday, how to make our data presentable. Yes, I can accept that. What else?
Adding borders.
Okay. So that is what, again, you go for table format, you can apply the border, you can do this formatting. Okay. Then
Get the most tenured employee from this data.
how? Did you remember we discussed about the last topic of our day one?
Dated.
Subtotals.
Can we, no, subtotals we never discussed. Can we calculate the experience of the employees in terms of years? Is that a value addition going to be?
Yes, that is what I said. The most tenured employee maybe we can get out of this data. Who's the most, who's worked very long in the organization.
But how to calculate, you did not tell me. How to calculate, you did not tell me. That's what I was expecting. That's what I was expecting. I told you, you have attended day one. From that, what you have learned.
6 minus A.
No, that will be giving the number of days. That will be giving the number of days. So you have to go for DD formula. You can compute the result as a experience or in terms of years of experience, you can calculate. Yes, that is one thing also we can include. One more thing, as somebody, either I guess Malini or Vanisha, somebody told me subtotal. Who said that? Okay. So department wise, how much expenses we are incurring towards salary, that also we can make it. So rather giving the individual line items, we can make a grouping of the data department wise, how much expenses we have incurred in terms of salary, we can make it. That is also going to be a value additions to the work. Okay. So all this information, people, it is needed. Then only people would be happy watching your data. So always try to make your presentation different by giving more add-on to the data, right? Then only people would be here. But how to do it? That is what the question. So let's see now. If you want to make a difference at your workplace, always make a practice or habit of making your data different. But how? In terms of presentation, because you can't make your data different. Data will remain the same. Only your presentation makes you different. So let's see now. Same information, how to present it in a different way so that people would be happy. So go to our data set number 2 towards your right side. Okay. We'll go for step-by-step confirmation. Select your data first. Then go for data sorting, not by the based on the department column, based on the salary. So go for sort by salary and then largest to smallest order first. Then click OK. So our data will be sorted. So sorting based on the salary. Kindly confirm. Is it done? Why for yes in the chat box quickly?
Yes, done.
Great. Step 2. Having the selection with the data. Going to our home tab. Yesterday we discussed about format as table. I told you it always comes with 3 categories. Which one you should adopt or which one you should opt?
Medium.
Light or
Light.
medium? Light or medium. I told you not to go for dark options. What is the reason behind that?
Data will not be visible.
No. That's not the reason. The more the dark colors, file size will be heavy. So I said not to take the dark colors. So I take one medium out of this. When I click it, a dialog box appears. When you click OK, our data is converted into a table format. So this is our step 2. Kindly confirm all of you have got your data converted into a table format.
Yes, done for me.
Right.
Done for me.
Okay. Shanmugam, Deepak, Vishwakarma, Shreya. Okay.
Yes, done.
Right. Great. Surupa. All right. Fine then. Now our step 3, if you look at, you can keep your cursor in this table over here anywhere. You notice there will be a tab activated as we discussed yesterday. Depending upon the versions, name would be design or table design, depends. Go for that and you will be finding one option inside naming called filter button. The checkbox is activated by default. You got to deactivate this. You got to deactivate this. And the moment you have deactivated the filter button, this will seeming as if a generic table data formatted something like this. Now, keep your cursor above to the date of joining cell and type a text naming called total. Total. You can color that cell for better interpretation.
1 second. Prabhas, can you go a bit slow? This earlier, what you mentioned, table design, I'm not able to find that.
You will be having
Format
design.
as table.
Design. In the extreme right, keeping the cursor in table, if you see your ribbon options, extreme right, you might be having a name called design.
It's under what? It's under
It's
under
nothing.
which tab?
The tab name itself is design. The tab name itself is design, like home, insert, data. In the same row, last tab, what you see? Where is your cursor? I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Keep your cursor in the table first, anywhere. Have you converted all your data into table first? Have you converted your data into table?
Yes.
Fine. Now, when you keep your cursor in the ribbon menu, what is the last menu options you see? I'm highlighting, just see. What is the last menu you see?
Design. For me, it's showing design.
That is what I'm
Design.
telling. That is what I'm telling. You should go to design or table design depending upon the versions. So since I'm in Office 365, name is table design. Since you might be having 2016 or 2019, name is design. So you got to go there. And when you click,
Okay, and then?
do you see option called filter button? One checkbox is called filter button. I'm highlighting, you can cross check. It's there under table styles options. The group name is called table style options. Filter button.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Okay, and remove that. Okay.
Now, once you have done it this, then create a cell called total. Above to the date of joining, name a cell as a total. All right, so I believe everybody's done up to this level.
Yes.
Now, kindly go to the next cell, exactly right side of the total cell, and type a formula equal to subtotal. So there is a beautiful formula in Excel has called subtotal. It's a very beautiful formula, but little bit peculiar. Why it's so peculiar? Because in the subtotal formula itself, many more formulas there, like average count, counting. You can see all these formulas. We need to go for a formula called sum. Can you see a number is assigned to some formula? What is that?
Nine.
Right. So that you can type it manually, or you can double click on some formula. Automatically, it will be taking 9 number embedded in the subtotal formula. Now, comma. So when we have declared subtotal formula should apply the sum, but where to apply? In the salary column. So now select your first salary from the salary column. Select the first salary cell from the salary column and select the rest. Control Shift down arrow key. And the moment you hit enter, this is going to give you a result of 29 lakhs 11,878. Kindly confirm all of you have got this.
Yes, got it. 29.
No, because for me, it's not working. When I'm just doing equal to subtotal, then it's not working for me.
What you typed the formula? Please spell it out.
Equal to subtotal.
Right.
SUBTOTAL.
Right. Bracket open.
Open. Oh yeah.
Can you see list of? Can you list of formulas? See, and sum is showing 9.
Yeah.
Just type 9 or double click on sum.
Yes.
Then comma. Keep your cursor in the first salary from the salary column and select the whole salary, Control Shift down arrow key and hit enter.
Okay.
All right, so can I take that everybody is clear up to this state, whatever we did so far, people?
Yes.
Now, keeping your cursor anywhere in the table, you have to go to again the same design or table design. As I told you, the versions difference may be. Go to the last tab, naming called design or table design. Do you see a option called insert slicer in the left side bit? Insert slicer, able to see? So when you go for insert slicer, it will take you to a dialog box where you could see the department checkbox is not activated. So you got to activate the department checkbox. And the moment you click OK, you will be finding a box is ready having all the department names. And the same you can drag it towards your right side. Now things are ready. Now, any point of time, if my boss is asking me, Pravas, show me HR data. So I can go and click on human resource and all the HR data is ready. You can see the total salary of HR in the beginning in the top. And what is the highest salary? It is there in the first row. What is the lowest salary of HR department is the last row. See how things have become more dynamic. Now, if at all anybody wants to know administration data, I can click on administration, all the admin records will be displayed. If I go to finance, all the finance records will be displayed. If I go to marketing, all the marketing records will be displayed. Now, if I want to see at any point of time, two departments data like HR and admin, I can select HR holding the control button. I can select admin also, all the admin and HR records, both I could see. Now, once my presentation is over, if I want to restore my data, you can see in this department box in the right side, there is a clear filter button option is available like a cone kind of structure. You can click that and data will be restored. Now you tell me, being an audience, if you look at which option you prefer to see, option 1 or option 2?
Option 2.
Definitely. So this is what people always try to give a add-on to the data and make your presentation bit unique, and people will love to see when you present your data in a dynamic form. So kindly check it out. Is it working? Any doubt, any queries?
Prabhas, one doubt I had.
Okay.
Now at the start you had told, no, you have to, so all this will work only if we remove that in the design, that filter option we have to remove. No, that is the key, right?
No. The key is the data has to be converted into table.
Achha. So that is the reason why we are removing the filter button, right? With the filter button, nothing will work.
No. Filter button is just to give a feel as if we are working with a generic data. And that looks odd, having the...
We don't click that filter button. If the filter button is on, then everything will work.
Yes, it will work. That is nothing to do with the filter button. Achha. Filter button, I just removed it to give a neat and clean feeling. Nothing else.
Okay.
Now I have to remove this department data.
Right.
So what is the process?
You want to remove this box.
Right.
So select this box and simple delete. Press the delete button.
Okay.
Right. Any other queries, people? Anybody is having any other questions about this? All of you are able to navigate through these options and how to present our data. Got a flavor?
But if this is pasted in the PowerPoint, it will work?
No. This is the property of Excel. It will not work in PowerPoint.
So can I take this slicer to a new sheet? Okay. And is there possibility to display this data over the new sheet, connecting between the two sheets?
No. Slicer is the property of data. So data and slicer has to be there in the same sheet. So this slicer alone, you cannot take it to a different sheet and work on. Suppose I take an example, if I go for it over here, if I go and cut it, then the data will be one sheet and the slicer will be other sheet. How you are going to operate?
No, sir. Maybe I can little bit elaborate on the question.
Okay.
So I have a backend of so much of data as like this, right? So, okay, the same thing you are mentioning.
Right. So as you are expecting your source data is at one place, again, you are going for a destination of one data set, applying the filter. Like what we do after applying filter, we go for, we are copying and pasting our data, right? After filtering the data. So the same thing you can do with the slicer. Slicer will be working with only with your source data. Data has to be there. And in that data set only you can play around. You cannot retain the data in a different sheet as a backend role you have to play, and in the front end you will be showing something. So now.
Got your point.
Yeah. All right, friends. So I believe we all are clear with our sorting sheet, whatever we did the operation. So taking the live data, keep practicing about all these things. Okay. So with this, we'll go for a short break. Now it is in my system 4:35.450. Again, we are going to catch up. So 15 minutes short break is there. Have a brisk and come back soon.
Okay.
All right. So I believe everybody's back. Could you please respond in the chat box? Why for yes?
Yes.
All right, so we discussed about our sorting data arrangement sheets and how to make some improvements by giving this kind of add-on, and what are the other advantages of converting the data into table format we have seen also witnessed today. Now we'll be proceeding with our next example, naming called multi-DB filter, multi-database filter. Okay. So kindly have a look on the screen. What is the objective? Let me first take you through. Then we'll start working together. Say, suppose say I have got two plants data. Suppose my organization has a plant. Suppose say it is one in Pune and the other one is in Chennai. Okay. So my boss, it is what he's asking me, Prabhas, do one thing. From Pune plant, I want to see only Karnataka region related records. And from Chennai plant, I want to see only April month records. So basically two data sets we have. It is of two different units data, and one unit my boss wants to see only Karnataka related records from Pune plant, and from Chennai plant he wants to see only April month record. So if that is the case, how will I present it? As we know, simply we have to go for a filter. Now when I go for Karnataka, and if I go for right click, filter, or selected by cell value, I could see in Pune plant Karnataka related records. Now if I go to my Chennai plant and showcase April month records over here, what happens? Though Chennai data is showing the data of April, but Pune plant data is getting now restored, it's getting reset. And why this is happening and what you have understood from this is, when you have multiple data sets, filter can be applied only with one data set, not with all. So having said this, this is again a challenge for us. And when I said all these things, my boss is not quite happy with my answer. So what he's telling me, that I want filter in both the data sets. Okay. So this was a major concern, major problem since 1985 till 2003 version of Microsoft Excel. But right now we are working with the upgraded versions. So this is no more a problem. You can solve this. How? I'll tell you. We have to play a simple role. What is that? You can select your data. So go to our Pune plant data. Kindly select your particular cell and go for Control A. Convert your data into table. Control T, T for Tango, T for table. So when you press Control T, it will be taking you this kind of dialog box. And when you click OK, your data is converted into table. All right. Now, which region my boss is expecting? Karnataka. So I'll go for filter and type KAR over here in the search box, and region Karnataka is filtered out. So Pune plant data is expressed. Fine. Now coming to Chennai, I'll go for April, right click, I'll go for filter, selected by cell value. Now can you see? 2 minutes back, we are unable to apply filter with both the data set, but by simply playing a role of converting the data into table, even if you have multiple data sets, we can showcase multiple information in one interface. So that's what, again, one more advantage of your format as table. Kindly check, is it working? Helpful?
Maybe I missed something first. So
Okay.
I enabled the filter. Okay.
No, you have
but after
converted.
that-
Have you converted the data into table?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Now go to region filter, and there in the search box you
Yeah.
type KAR, the only first 3 key letters,
Right.
KAR, and click OK.
Okay. Okay.
So your Pune data is filtered out with Karnataka records.
Yeah.
Now coming to your Chennai data, keep your cursor in April month, right click, filter with selected cell value.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I believe now it is working.
Yeah.
Right. So this is how people, the moment we go for this over here, that will be very, very helpful whenever you take the data of different regions, different customers, or different cost centers, or different products in one interface. You can showcase your records, and this will be very, very helpful again while creating the dashboard, summary reports, or tabular reports by simply converting the data into table. All right. Now, coming to the next. The next sheet is naming called data visualization. Okay. So why visualization is so important in today's world, I'll tell you first. See, there was a time when we used to present our data having some ready-made numbers or presenting it in a table format or table data. People were quite happy. But nowadays, the audience is having a different level of expectation. So whatever you present, it has to be unique, and it has to be having some kind of innovative thought process or ideas or something different from others. Or the people, what they're expecting is your data should speak a better story in terms of a infographic presentation. So this is how the people expect. And if you see the big four presentations or Bain and Company, McKinsey and Co, the consultants from the big firms or the renowned firms, when they comes to our place and they present it, you'll be finding all this information, and mostly the numbers will be presented in terms of a different visual interpretation over there. So this is something going to add on to the data, again making your data more informative, not making your file size heavy, not taking a lot of time to process your data, but the data looks elegant. So how to make it happen, we are going to discuss. So ideally, when it comes to the data visualization, what is the first thing it comes to our mind? Anybody? If suppose somebody asked, Prabhas, why don't you present your data in a visual format? Immediately, what is the first thing it hits to our mind?
Chart, right.
Of course, charts, line, pie, bar, column, this kind of charts mostly we prefer to present it, and that is the first thing we should do. So we are not going to use the charts. What we are going to do is we are going to give a visual feeling, but taking a different options. So what are they? I'll take you through. So let's start working together. Okay. So here you can notice we have got some products related revenue data. Suppose say my boss asked me, because whatever the revenue we have made out of all the products, I want to see a report. So what I did, product wise, month wise, or customer wise, whatever the Excel sheets I had prepared, everything I have consolidated, and this is the final summary I have made it. That is anybody's job. Anybody can do that. Now, when I'm presenting the same to my boss, how to give an add-on to this in terms of visuals, let me take you through. So kindly keep your cursor next to USD column and name it as visual. And kindly expand the column a bit. And select your column data the way I have selected. And leave your touchpad, leave your mouse, immediately type equal to, and take the reference from the cell which is on the left and hit Control Enter. The moment you hit Control Enter, you could see in the visual column the similar data of USD is going to append. Kindly confirm.
Yes.
Yes.
So now you can ask me a question in the return over here. Prabhas, why did you go for such a long route? You could have copied and pasted also. The reason why I'm not opting for copy paste is tomorrow when I go and change this USD column, my visual column will automatically get changed because this is formula driven. If I just do copy paste, again, I have to keep doing the same thing whenever there is a change in the data. I don't want to do that. So to avoid the duplication of work, we have done formula driven cell application. Fine. So I consider everyone is ready with our data set. Kindly select the visual column completely like this and go to our home tab, conditional formatting. You'll be finding a beautiful option called data bars. And when you go for conditional formatting data bars, it opens up with two broad categories, naming called gradient fill and solid fill. So gradient fill has come into place only if you are there in 2010 or higher versions of Microsoft Excel. And if you go to the gradient fill, take this light blue data bar, which I like the most. If you like something else, you can take it, not a problem. But once you take this, it will be giving a beautiful visuals over there. So when you look at that, your own visual column, what kind of feeling you are getting?
Gives more clarity. Looks good. Also looks more presentable.
Looks more presentable, one thing. So anybody else would like to give any opinion? How you feel if you keep yourself in the audience shoes, what kind of feeling you are getting?
So it shows the variance between different categories.
Right.
Very clearly.
So you can make out easily from which product we have got the maximum revenue, from which product we got the least revenue. Without looking at the numbers, by looking at the length of the bars, you can check out that, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. So altogether, as a larger picture, I could see, I can make a feeling that it is more or less gives a feel of a bar chart. Do you agree?
Yes.
Right. But how it is different from a bar chart? Let's have a discussion. See, if you create a bar chart, people, no need to do anything. Just watch my screen and follow my audio. If you really create a bar chart out of this, the data will be in one location and the bar chart will be in another location. Whereas our bars are exclusively applied on the cells. Advantage number one. Advantage number two, if you really create a bar chart out of this data, the file size will be a bit heavy. Whereas this data bar styles is going to hardly occupy some space in KBs. Like a character, how much space it occupies, similar fashion, it occupies very least space. And that's the reason why nowadays, if you look at any kind of dashboards and all, people prefer to see all these things because that doesn't occupy much of your space. So what is this option about? This is there in our home tab, right? And there, option name, conditional formatting, and feature within conditional formatting, naming called data bars. So kindly confirm, everybody is clear so far what we did?
Yes.
It's clear.
Right. It's a very simple one. What we did, anybody can do also. By simply taking the data, going to home, conditional formatting, data bars, anybody can do that. But now, if you remember, I told you from day one itself what I have been always emphasizing upon, how to make your presentation different from others. So what you can do, people, please do it along with me. Select your visuals alone, the cells, the visual cells alone from the visual column, and go to Home tab. So any point of time to see the backend rules of our conditional formatting, you need to go to conditional formatting only, but option manage rules. So you need to go to manage rules. So when you go to the manage rules option over here, immediately a dialog box appears and there is an option called edit rule. So when you go to the edit rule over there, you will be finding in the backdrop, this is the options, and this is the place where you can manipulate the rules, the color you can change, outline you can change, all these things, whatever you want, you can do from this place only. But here, one more beautiful option I would like to share it across with you is, there is an option called show bar only. Checkbox is not activated. Show bar only, okay? That checkbox you need to activate and then click OK, again click OK and see the beauty. So anybody who wish to see the numbers, they can focus on the USD column. Anybody who would like to make an instant information out of this, they can watch the visual column. And that's how you can make your presentation different from others. And all these things, where we have made? We have made it in Excel, right?
Prabhas, your voice is breaking. Unable to hear you clearly.
Is it the problem for everyone, people? My voice is breaking to you. You are not able to see the continuous process.
No.
Because I have changed the port and I guess the port is working also fine. Let me see one more time.
This happens sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, because this is
it's okay mostly.
no, I mean, I have checked with the internet service provider Airtel. They have some work going on yesterday, but not today. But anyway, let me see if I do something. Oh, let's see. Okay. This is what problem in our India. Even though you pay hefty amount, you don't get a proper service. You know, I have got 200 Mbps plan, but still I don't get,
My God.
get that.
Which service provider, sir?
Airtel.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Saturday, Sundays it will be for
Yes.
Airtel. I suffered.
Yes. Anyway, let me change the port a little bit. We'll see. Well, now is it audible, people? Properly? Check it out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So they have got 5G fiber. One is 5G, one is again 4G. So sometimes what it happens, it automatically switches from 5G to 4G. So there you might be facing the trouble, the voice breaking and all whatever you are facing. When it is automatically switching the port, you might be facing the trouble. Anyway, I have raised a complaint in the break also. Let me see. Fine then. So next time I'll see to restore all these problems and should not face any kind of issues. Fine then. So as we have been discussing in our data set, if you look at, no doubt it looks good, elegant, but you have prepared in everything in our Excel sheet, correct? So looking at the data, any point of time, if suppose my boss is asking me, Prabhas, why don't you plot this data in PowerPoint? I don't need to struggle much. Just see the beauty. 1 minute, watch my screen. I copied this data. I have gone to my PowerPoint, and the moment I present it to the people, what I need to do? Simply, I can go for selecting all our automated text boxes. I don't want them. I'll go for right click and there a picture. And when I go for this picture over there, and if I go for this kind of information or this is kind of designer options you have in our Office 365 only, not in any other versions. And the moment I am presenting the same to the people will love to see. Because if you notice that this is the place where it is giving the add-on to the data. So whenever you go for it, and this kind of options you will not be getting over there any point of time in PowerPoint, because this high definition colors, whatever you see, you can find only in Excel. And that is the place where you are making a difference. People will love to see that. And this is the kind of information mostly you'll be finding in our Big Four presentations and all, you'll be finding the most. All right. So now, hope you have understood, if you go for a data bar style, how it is playing a great role and how to present it exactly. That technique also you learned, right? Make sense? Any difficulties in understanding?
No.
Right.
No, this is not.
Fine.
Upon which you have created this now?
Sorry, which one? Sorry.
There's this PowerPoint slide which you just created now.
Yeah.
The slide.
We have taken that. We have taken it over here. I have copied this entire things. Control C. I have gone to PowerPoint, right click and paste as an image or picture. And then this picture, I can take it over there. Suppose you do not have Office 365, you can align the same in the center. Like this, you can apply to the center. Or if you have some data to embed it, if you want to write some text about the particular table, you can retain the table in this format and you can keep adding your text in this section. So this is the ideal way to present your data in the slides of the PowerPoint as well. And this is not only I am telling you all these things. See, I will also show you some real-time reports which you can connect easily. It's not just I am only telling. If you see some ready-made reports, I'll show you some ready-made reports of Big Four, which you can connect also with that. See, the reports you talk about. Okay. So here, I mean, people, they have presented in terms of circles. So we have got the presentation in terms of bars. So that will be adding more value. So rather just giving the numbers as it is, you can add some more visuals and that will be adding more visual appeal to the presentation and people can make out that very easily. All right.
Maybe it's an excellent question. Is there any possibility that if I change the Excel data, if my Excel data gets changed, can the PowerPoint slide deck also may get updated?
Yeah, you can do that. It's not a problem. So suppose say I want to present it, but I have to present it in the format of a link format. So how to present it as a link? Just see. If I go to my PowerPoint over here, if I go to my Excel first, I will select this data, Control C, copy. I'll come back to my PowerPoint, Home tab, paste, and there's an option called Paste Special. So when I go for Paste Special over here, again, there is an option called Paste Link. So if I go for Paste Link and Microsoft Excel worksheet object and click OK, now this is just pasted as a link. Okay. Now, whenever I do any kind of changes in my Excel, this will be giving the impact over here. Let's see. Now, suppose say in Excel, I have got category 12580. I change this to 3500. Okay. Suppose I change this. Now, this is the changes done in Excel, right? Now, when I go to my PowerPoint, my category 1 should be 3500. Category 1 is 3500. Right? So this is how you can integrate your data from Excel to PowerPoint. And whenever you have the changes in Excel, the equal amount of impact will be there in the PowerPoint as well. Clear?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Right.
It's
Welcome.
a great help to me.
No problem. So here, people, now the moment we have gone for this over here, we know how to present it in PowerPoint and how it is playing a role in PowerPoint when you present it, how to make it different. We got a different, level of understanding over here. Now, once I made it, okay, once I made it, this is what, again, as I told you, if you go and present in this format in Excel, when you present your data as it is, nobody likes it. So always people expect something different. And what people nowadays are expecting from you or from us, the audience, I'll tell you, is you should present your data in such a way, it should tell a beautiful story to the people. So how to present our data in a beautiful storytelling format? Just have a look. I will select my product and USD column and I'll go for a simple data sorting. And when I go for my data sorting, Alt D S, we know, sort by, I'll go for the USD column. And when I go for the USD column, order, I choose largest to smallest. And when I go for largest to smallest and click OK, now see the beauty. A beautiful story turns up. Now, even if I do not have this column, can you say people can make out easily? So from category 12, we have got the maximum revenue. From category 4, we have got the least revenue. Is it giving a story? What say?
Yeah.
So this is how the moment I go and present the same to PowerPoint, suppose people are expecting my data to be presented in PowerPoint. See the beauty. I don't need to struggle much in PowerPoint. I can present something like this. And when I'm presenting this to the people, which one people prefer to see? Option 1 or option 2 if you are at the audience side?
Option 2.
Anybody's choice would be. So can you make out a simple thing like a simple sorting? It is turning my story into a different angle. So this is how people, as I told you, presentation is an art. So techniques remains the same, but how you are integrating all these techniques in one plate, that is the place where you are making yourself different from others. So if you want to stand out to the crowd, you have to always make something different. Then only people value you, they will compliment your work, and they'll be appreciating also your work at any point of time. All right. So kindly confirm these options, whatever we discussed about our scenario 1, situation 1 is working for you. Any doubt, any questions?
It is working.
Right.
Okay.
Great. Now, 1 minute, again, please pay attention to my screen, people over here, is if you look at our visual column, how the direction of the bars always left to right. Why? Because all the places value is positive. What if I have a negative? Of course, we know standard logic should be right to left, the bar direction, yes. And if it is a negative, what should be the color of the bars ideally? How you present your negative data in terms of red, isn't it? So now, suppose say, take an example from category 3, suppose I have got some negative value. Take an example, minus 4500. I define something negative. Can you see immediately the moment I hit enter? The negative value is also defined properly. I don't need to go and spend extra efforts or time over here to precisely present it. This is what the inbuilt feature of our database style. Just check it out. Is it appearing?
Yes, it appeared.
Right. So whenever you showcase some data, if you're from HR side, the attrition rate, if you're working with your finance side, from the cash flow side, if you're working with your sales or marketing, the supply chain side, when you have the negative and positive variance together in one column, you can showcase that. So all these things places, rather just giving your boring numbers all the time, you can add some visuals. So this is one visual pattern. Yeah. Yes.
This is some curiosity I'm asking.
Yeah.
Whether this Excel sheet can be directly integrated with the SharePoint and this visuals also be getting updated over that SharePoint site?
True. SharePoint is meant for that only. You can place anything on your SharePoint. SharePoint is nothing but your OneDrive, Google Drive, like that it works. So it is a cloud-based platform. You can store your data there, and whoever in your intranet is access to that SharePoint locations, or if you have given some rights by with their email IDs and all, they can also have a look at that. No problem.
Okay. Now this visuals also gets updated over there, right? That's
It will
my
be.
curiosity.
It will be. See, that is again a point with the IT system. It works. Like if you are loading offline, like having a copy one with you, and again you are loading a copy with your OneDrive or your SharePoint, it will not work because it is detaching the system. So if you load something as a link, it will definitely work.
Okay. Yeah. Can I go one step ahead?
Yeah,
please. So I want 3 things to be collated. That is whatever I'm displaying updating the spreadsheet should get updated to the PowerPoint, that which you had shown me. and PowerPoint and the data has to be seen visualized in the SharePoint site at the same page. It's possible?
Yes, possible. You have to only link the PowerPoint with the SharePoint, like the PowerPoint file, whatever you have to store it, not in your offline mode. You have to share it in your SharePoint, and SharePoint should be connected to your OneDrive something, and all the time you should have the internet facility on. Then only you can have the complete link over there established all the time, and it will keep on updating. And that you can give also a timer, like each and every time within 5 minutes or within 10 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever the changes you make, this will be updated in your SharePoint. That kind of levels of check we have in our SharePoint. Yeah.
One small query: how
Yes.
is this red? Is it defined in this conditional formatting?
No,
And
no,
because
no,
of
no,
that,
no,
it's
no.
capturing this
It
value,
is,
or is
it
by
is,
default?
it is by default already there. I mean, as I showed you the backend rules, conditional formatting, manage rules. If you go and navigate and edit rule, can you see there is an option over here, negative value and access over here. If you look at that, it is already stated, border color this, fill color this. For negatives, it is already predefined as a red color. So that's why it is automatically taking, whenever you have a negative value, it is being populated with these colors. All right. So now we'll go for our next situation, situation number 2. What are the other visuals we have? Let's go and explore to make our data more expressive. Just say, same category wise, we have got USDs. Okay, let's go and create a column naming called visual next to USD. And you can expand the column a bit. And select your USD column data. And once you selected, then go to our insert. Go to our insert, and there you will be finding a beautiful option naming called different types of spark lines, like line, column, win or loss. Able to see, people? First confirm.
Yes.
And within that, in insert within that, you will be finding an option called column. So let's go for a column spark line. And when you select column, you will be finding a dialog box appears asking, where is the data? So data range is already selected, no doubt. Now, where is the location? Where you want to display as a spark line is the visual column for cell. So when you go and select this visual column for cell and click OK, you can see some kind of visual impressions in that cell. But that is not so eminent, that's not so clear, and it is not giving any kind of meaning over there. So what you can do is, having the selection with that cell, select the rest of the cells. Don't drag it. If you drag, the impressions will be different, meaning will be different. So kindly select all the cells. Don't drag it. And once you select, finally, go to the Home tab, and there is an option called Merge and Center. So when you go for merge and center, immediately, more or less, it will be giving a feel of a column chart. Able to see?
Yes.
So this is where in our insert tab, option group is called spark lines. Within that, we have the option column spark line. So any doubt, any queries, people, in this so far, whatever we discussed?
I don't get
Can you repeat this?
Yeah.
First.
See, select your,
because
okay, no problem. I'll do that.
Before that.
Select your USD column data. First 1 minute, watch my screen. Observe what I'm doing. Next 1 minute, you can try. Don't worry. So I have selected my USD column data. I have gone to insert, gone to spark line, columns. And when I choose column option, it demands me a dialog box where the data is already selected. You can see the range is appearing. Location, when it demands, you should select the location column and select the visual column cell, first cell. And when you click OK, the visual impressions will be creating over here. Along with that cell, you need to select the rest. And finally, you have to go for Home tab and Merge and Center. So kindly confirm once it is done in the chat box. Y for yes.
So I don't get this particular option of sparkline when I go to insert.
You will be getting.
I get many options. I
Fine.
get recommended charts,
No,
and
no,
then
no.
I have a lot of icons.
Okay, you can share your screen. I can guide you.
Okay, I'll just share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Getting loaded. Yeah. So now you can go to insert, and there you can see after 3D map. Can you see in the middle somewhere 3D map is there towards your right a little bit? Right. Go right. You're in the left. You're in the left. Go right. On your right. Yeah. Next, next two options. Just leave one more option. No, don't go for line. Don't go for line. Go for column. Yeah.
Okay.
Now location, you select the visual column first cell. Yeah. Click OK. Now select the rest of the cells. No, don't drag. Select.
Okay.
Come down also. Select. Shift and down arrow key. Don't go for Control Shift down. Shift and down arrow key one by one. You select. You have forgotten to select the first cell where the visual impression is there. That also to be there in the selection. Yes. Now go and select. Yeah. Now go to Home tab. Merge. Merge and center. Yeah. Now it is ready.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, people. So I believe everybody is clear. Vishwakarma, done? Okay, great. Yeah, fine. So Deepak, Shanmugam, Rohan, I believe it's working for you guys. Fine then. So now, once it is done, as I told you, when you present your data as it is, nobody likes it. So how to make it more informative or how to present the data in a beautiful storytelling format? Selecting this category and USD, going for our data sorting, sort by USD column and order largest to smallest. The moment you go and click OK, with immediate effect, it will turn a beautiful story. The highest column is nothing but my category 12 making maximum revenue. The lowest column is nothing but my category 4, which is the least revenue making for me. Looks good? Meaningful? So any questions running in your mind, people?
Because I'm some bit confused. This can I share my screen?
Yeah. Please, no problem.
Now it is showing.
Not yet.
Now it is showing.
Oh, no, it's getting loaded. Just yes, I could see that. Well, first you select your USD column data.
Okay.
Then go to insert column sparkline. That sparkline category, 3 different types of sparklines displays: line, column, win or loss. Go to column. Yeah, click column. And then in the dialog box. Okay.
Yes.
The location it is asking, select the visual column first cell. You have not shared the entire screen. That's why I'm unable to see the dialog box. Anyway, you can select the visual column first cell. Visual column first cell in the location box. That is what the problem. You have taken the USD column first cell. Undo. Yeah.
Select.
Yes. Going to select that. Insert. Column sparkline.
Yes.
Column. In the location box, select the visual column first cell. Visual column first cell. You are going USD. Visual. Next immediate column. Now click OK. And along with that, select the rest of the cells and go to Home tab and merge and center. Home tab, merge and center. Right. Now you can select your category and USD column, including the header,
Okay.
and go for data sort. Right click, sort, custom sort, or Alt DS, sort by USD column,
Sort by
USD, and
USD.
largest to smallest.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So this is how people we have understood how to make one more visual over here, more or less give a feel of a column chart and making our data more expressive. As I told you, these things are very, very essential when you go for a dashboard, summary report, tabular report. Instead of making your file heavy, you can give a visual feeling and people will love to see. So as I was asking you, is there any question running in your mind or might be some expectations definitely must be there in this area? So you must be having a question. Prabhas, can I add the respective values as a data label, unlike your charts, like the moment you go for data labels? Can we do something over here? No. Such kind of things are not available because Microsoft is also very clever. If you have such privileges in the visual like this, then nobody is going to use the charts. Nobody is going to ask that. So importance of charts also going to be down. That's the reason why these options are being designed only to use as a mere visuals. But yes, to give an add-on, I can help you out with something. The highest column or the highest bar, whatever you see, the maximum revenue column, we can highlight into green, and the lowest one we can highlight and turn into red. That can be done, but how? Just see. So I can select my visual. Can you see in my ribbon, one last tab is generated called Sparkline. You might be having something different name, either design or Sparkline tools or Sparkline options could be the case. Kindly confirm. Do you see any such kind of button in the extreme right of the ribbon menu options?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So you got to navigate there. There's an option over here, naming called marker color. There are two options, sparkline color, marker color. Go for marker color. And in marker color, there's an option called high point. You can customize to green. Again, marker color, you can go for low point to customize as red. Okay. So these things are possible. You can customize according to the need. Now, immediately you will be finding over there in your visuals such kind of colorful applications.
Okay. I did not get this option of color.
Okay, what you are getting?
I am in the spotlight.
Okay.
Can I share my screen?
No problem. Just
share
see.
my screen.
Okay, share. No problem.
Here you go. My screen. I'm here. I am in Sparkline.
Wait. Okay, you are in Sparkline. No, you are not in Sparkline. You are in Insert menu. You go to the Design tab. Extreme right, Design tab is there. Yes. There you have got marker color, not Sparkline color. Below to that, marker color is there.
Okay, I have a marker color.
High point, change into green. Select green color. Again, go to marker color. Select low point as red. Red.
Oh, okay.
Fine, then I'm taking the control back on the screen. So now over here, people, you could notice we have got over here, okay. Something was okay.
Screen sharing is not
Yeah, I'm
allowed.
doing that. Well, now the moment we have done with this, people, over here, see, just 1 minute, watch my screen, see the beauty. If you look at all the columns, how it is appearing from the axis, it is always going to the up because all the places value is positive. What if I have a negative any point of time? Definitely, it should be below to the axis. We know that very well. Now, if it is below to the axis, if it is a negative value, what should be the color of that column? Definitely red. Now, see the beauty. If I go to category 3 and make some negative values over here, and immediately, is it turning up properly? So where exactly you want to focus, where exactly audience is looking at, you can grab the audience attentions towards your data immediately. So audience will not be taking much time to understand what exactly you are up to. And even if your absence also, your data is good enough to tell the beautiful story to the people. So that's how we can turn our boring data into a type of a infographic presentation. So these are nothing but your best examples of our infographic presentations. So I believe situation 2 is clear, people. Any doubt, any queries in situation 2? Right. Fine.
Is it okay?
Yes, it is.
Sorry to interrupt.
No problem.
So can we add one more column to overlay, for example, based on month or something like that?
No.
Like
you can't add one because you can take only one range. So
okay.
it may be in one column or it may be in one row. You can take that and precisely you can present it. So that's what I told you. Unlike your charts, you can't present multiple columns data over here. Suppose say I have got 3 to 4 years data I want to showcase, or 3 to 4 cost centers data, or 3 to 4 group companies data. So those things we can't express it in this way. So for that reason, you have to depend upon your charts. There is no other options.
Sure, sir. Right. Yeah, thanks.
Now, coming to the next, situation 3. So what we're going to discuss, so far we have discussed taking only one particular column data and expressing it. Suppose say you have a historical data comparison to make, like with our data, if you see the categories wise, how much revenue you made in 2019 and 2020, 2 years data we have. Now you would like to showcase the same. How will I do that? Just say, I will create 2 columns next to our 2020 column. So how to create a column, how to insert a column, Alt-I-C. Or if you are very comfortable, you love to use mouse, right click, insert, you can do. So whichever it is comfortable, go for it. And name those 2 columns as growth and visual. Now growth column. Select the cell range. What would be the formula for growth column? Anybody? Basic mathematics. We can definitely make 2020 minus 2019, correct? Do you agree with the formula? And when you go for control enter, my entire growth column will be ready. Now select your visual column as I selected and go for equal to taking the reference of the growth column and hit control enter. So our growth will be ready and visual also will be ready. So kindly confirm all of you have got your data ready in this structure.
Yes, done.
Okay.
Yeah, done.
Fine. Now, once it is ready, kindly stay focused for a minute. This visual column, whatever I have got the data ready, I selected, I will go to Home tab and conditional formatting. There is a beautiful option called icon sets. Okay. So when you navigate through this, it will open with 4 broad categories, naming called directional, shapes, indicators, and ratings. It is up to you, depending upon your data, you can take a call which is more suitable, or if you feel this is more eye-catchy, you can take that definitely over here. There is no hard and fast rule over there, you can take it, okay? There is no tutorial Microsoft has ever designed that if you are working with finance or accounts, you take this. If you're working in the production planning, take this. But yes, if you ask me, Prabhas, what would be your best recommendation? I would say, if you are working more with the project related activities, you take shapes and indicators, that will be more ideal. If you are working more with the text, like if you're working with your balance scorecard template, assessment, feedback forms, where you are using the text the most, like yes, no, maybe, good, excellent, poor, average, all this kind of text is more where you are working with. You can take this kind of ratings kind of options. If you are more into working with the numbers, say sales, marketing, accounts, finance, production, consumption stores, where the numbers you are dealing the most, you can take this kind of directional keys. But again, there is no hard and fast rule. It is up to you. So right now, I'll be taking one option from the directionals and see the beauty. With immediate effect, this is going to apply some kind of visual impressions, the markers or kind of a arrow keys over here. Able to see, people?
Yes, done.
Right. Now, if you look at the green color arrow key, what it represents, what it denotes as an audience.
Upward trend. Upward trend.
So compared to last year, current year or this year, volume is increasing. Okay. If you go for the red color down arrow key,
Decreasing.
fine, that's a good one. How about the yellow color arrow keys?
It is minimal compared to the previous year.
How it can be both?
Oh, static. Is it static? Does it represent static?
No.
But
You
it
have
has
to,
a minus.
you have to tell that. See, as you said,
No,
green color, you
Sorry,
said red color. Now you are telling the yellow color. You don't ask me the question. If audience is going to ask a question to the presenter, then there is no point of presenting the data, right?
Correct.
So
it is in the same state almost.
not almost, we can't say like this. See, whatever it is, it should speak a better story. So what is the bottom line, people? If you look at our yellow color arrow keys, rather giving an information, it is confusing to our audience. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Somebody will think that, okay, you have taken the average, it is just close to the average. So if it is close to the average, then how it is negative? So if I take the
Correct.
negative, then how it is positive also, yellow color. So what we have understood, though it is a very beautiful option, but we can't as it is use it. So we have to customize it. So how to customize it? Simple rules. Compared to last year, if it is increasing to this year, green color up arrow key. Compared to last year, this year, if it is decreasing, red color down arrow key. If at all, by chance, if it remains the same, okay, there is no growth or degrowth, there should be a yellow color arrow key. Then it makes sense. Do you agree?
Okay. Yes.
So how to customize that? Let's have a look. First, we'll select our visual column, range And as I told you, any point of time to see the backend rule of any of your conditional formatting, we need to go to Home, Conditional Formatting, Manage Rules. And when I go to the Manage Rules option, Edit Rule dialog box, we can see option is there. And this is the place where we need to customize our rule according to the need. Okay. Now, what is the first thing we should do is just have a look on my screen. Data type, it is showing %, but our data, how is it?
Plain numeric, like it
It's
doesn't
a
have a
number.
percentage.
It's a number. Speaking in Excel language, it's a number. So first we need to change the data from % to number from the drop down. Again, the next drop down % to number. This is the first change. Now the next change is, if you look at our green color icon, it is showing when value is greater than equal to 0, I will be applied. I don't want greater than equal to 0, should be only greater than 0. Now rest of the icon keys rules will automatically get set because Excel is intelligent enough to find out the rest of logics. But as I told you, there is an option, beautiful option called show icon only. Checkbox is not activated. I should activate. And the moment I go and click OK, again I click OK. Now it is more expressive. Just see. Now it is clean.
Yes.
So people will love to see this and this. Nobody's interested to read all your boring numbers, and people don't have time to remember all these things and make out the story. So this is how people, again, the boring numbers, how to turn up a beautiful infographic presentations, you can notice that. And this is what, again, as I told you, you will be finding the most in the Big Four's presentations, McKinsey & Co., Bain & Company, the presentations, or JP Morgan, or any other investment firms. If you see the renowned firms, the presentations mostly like this. I'll show you one example. Just see. No need to do anything. Guys, kindly keep your mic on mute. Somebody's mic is on. Yeah. See, this is what one of the PwC report. Just imagine, now we are in 2022, 2017 one report, if you see over here, the legend is there. They were presenting something like this. So this kind of icon keys, when you prepare in Excel itself, you hardly need to struggle in PowerPoint. You can take as it is and it will be telling a beautiful story to the people, right? So always try to present something different to the people. People will love to see that. Somebody's mic is on, background noise is very much coming up. Please, it's a kind request, make it on mute. Right. Now here, the moment we go for this, people, please stay focused again for one more time. What you can do is, though we have got all these things, but how to grab the audience attentions where we are making a positive impact. Just see. I will go to my entire 4 columns. I'll go for data sorting, and here sort by, I'll be making it based on the growth and option largest to smallest order. And when I go and click OK, can you see? So wherever we are making a growth positively, it is showing in the beginning. And wherever the growth is negative, it is showing in the bottom. So this is how you can make an impact over there whenever you are presenting your data. All right. So that is what about our situation number 3, how to present our data effectively by taking these options over here. What is that option about? It's there again in the Home tab. And over here, conditional formatting. And then option name is icon sets. Yes. Hope it is going to give a helping hand and taking your presentations to the next level going forward. So any doubt, any questions with regard to situation number 3, people, whatever we discussed?
All clear.
Great. Fine. Now, I'll be taking you to the next situation called situation number 4. It's a very beautiful one, what I'm going to take you through. So please stay focused. Nowadays, a special type of dashboard or kind of a infographic presentation, which is being more popular and it has become a trendy in the corporate world. What is that? I'll take you through. No need to do anything, just watch my screen. See, this kind of graphs nowadays become more trendy. So what is this about? You have got the values. Suppose say this is about my salary expenses of my employees. So what I'm having, employees related, some icons are there along with the numbers or the values. This is one. Now one more I'll take you through over here is, suppose say you have got some revenue data where you are dealing with your revenue details, and what is the more trendy things I'll take you through is this kind of dollar bag icons. You would have seen also sometimes some presentations. So whenever you have got some dollars or icons over there, this kind of dollar bag icons will be adding more value. Now looking at the same, it seems very cool. I mean, the question is now, is it really done in Excel? We ask a lot, right? Yes, it is not a different software they are using. Or sometimes some people, if you ask, they blindly say, no, it's not there in Excel. They must be using Power BI, or they must be using Minitab, or they must be using Canva or any other softwares. Technically, it is purely based on Microsoft Excel only, right? So now we are going to look at something like this. So are you interested to learn how to create this kind of infographic presentations?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I'll tell you. Just see. First, confirm in the insert menu, do you see over there any kind of green color icon called people graph like this? This kind of icon would be there. A people graph icon. Is it there? In the insert menu.
It takes a little time to load, but I think it's loading.
Yeah, it is there, right? That's what I'm saying. Right.
Yeah.
Now, this option is available in 2013 and above only if you are using the license version. If you are using some kind of activate license options or some pirated versions, it will not work. Okay. Now, coming to this, how it works, please stay focused for a minute. I'll take you through. So I'll take you through like this people graph, and this is getting loaded. Okay. And immediately it will take its own story. So I don't want that. I don't want this to be taken its own story. I want to connect with my data. But how will I do that? Just see. When this application is loaded, people, you can notice there are two icons will be up getting over here in the top right corner. And the first one is about your data. So when I go for my data icon, it will be taking to the title. So if I want to change the title of this application, whatever it is to showcase, suppose say I'm working with the head count. So I can rename this title as head count. And then there's an option called select your data turns up. I will click that. Now, where is my data? Data is from all the departments, including the head counts. You should not select the headers. Okay. Now, immediately it will show you that how many columns and rows you have selected. And once you confirm this and select this, then go and click create. Now, this will be connecting to your data and it will be populating to your results. Now, immediately you will be finding all these results over here. Whatever I have, it is turning up, right? So the same, if you want, you wish, you can carry the same to PowerPoint and give a different meaning to your slide. Now, if you do not want, this is a human icon appears. I have my revenue data. How to get that dollar back kind of symbol over here, as we discussed, dollar back kind of symbol I showed you, right? So how to get those dollar back kind of symbol over here? I'll tell you. If you go to the same application, one more icon was displayed over there in the top right corner, kind of a settings kind of button. Navigate through this, there's an option called shape, and in the shape category, you have a dollar bag icon. You can take that otherwise. So this is how you can bring up such kind of infographic presentations any point of time if it is needed over there in Excel, and the same you can carry to your PowerPoint. Kindly check, is it working for you?
I have get add-ins and my add-ins. I don't have option like
Okay, you can
Same,
share your
same.
screen. You can share your screen, no problem.
For me, it doesn't load.
It will take
1
time.
second.
Delete that. The application you select and delete and try one more time. It will be loaded.
I've been doing that. It's not happening. Do it once again.
Yeah.
My address.
Yes, Sriram, it's getting loaded. Yes, I could see that. Now keep the cursor outside. I mean, someone in column Q, someone in column Q. Yeah. Now go to insert that people graph. You click on the people graph. No, not there, not there. People graph. The green color icon is there after visual, Bing Maps. Yes, perfect. Click on that. Yes, accept. Yes.
Okay.
Now it is ready. You can go for the first. You can go to the first icon. Yes. In fact, you take this application bit right side because you can't select now the data. Yes. Right. Now create. Right.
Okay.
Now you can go to the settings icon and shape. Go to the shape and dollar bag. If you want dollar bag, any other icons you want, you can take this.
Okay.
That will be adding more value.
Just as it is. Okay. Just, I can change the headings as well. Right?
Yes, yes. The title you can change.
Okay.
Right. All right then.
Can I please share my screen?
Yeah, please do that. Not a problem.
Doesn't not happen to me. It's still coming up. This is what is happening multiple times, and so I'll delete it.
Yeah. It was coming up. It was coming up. Don't delete. Now you go and try again.
So this is where I click, right?
Yes.
Click here and create.
Just hold on. You're accessing through the Wi-Fi or mobile internet?
This is Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Geo fiber. It just loads. It does nothing comes up.
It will come. It will come. It will come. Since this is the first time, no, it is taking time, but once you next time you try, it will come up properly. Don't worry.
Okay. Because probably I've never used this. Okay.
Yeah. So don't worry. Offline, you can try this. If it is not working, I can help you out. It will work definitely. The options remains the same as I told you. Same thing you have to follow.
Done. I'll just try it offline once again.
Yeah.
No maybe I can clear my doubts.
No
No
problem.
problem. Thank you. I'll stop sharing.
All right, friends. So this is how we have seen the various options of our data visualization over there and making our data more informative, turning up the same into a beautiful infographic presentations by taking the help of our data bars, icon sets, sparklines, and this kind of add-ins. If you are there 2013 and above, definitely you can make your things much better. So this is it from our day 2 side. Any doubt, any queries from either day 1 or day 2, anything?
Because I'm not getting that option.
Yeah, could you please share your screen?
Yeah.
Yes, go to insert, go to my add-ins. My add-ins, you have an option called my add-ins. Yeah, go for your store. There is
Office store.
no, store. There is a office add-ins below to that store is there. There you go. Any changes? Yeah. In the search, you type people graph. In the search box, type people graph. And click that search button, the hourglass button. And click the add button for people graph. Yes.
Continue.
Yes, continue.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
For me also it's come up now. Some approvals were required. So if
Yeah, Prabhas, thanks.
No problem. All right, so this is how people, to amaze our audience, you can always try something innovative, something unique, and people will definitely, somebody from the presentation at the end of the presentation is going to ask you, how did you do all these things? That's what we want, that people should ask us, right? So this is how, keep practicing about all these things. And if you have any doubts or queries, you can ask me right now. Else, as I told you, we have the WhatsApp group. Always drop in your queries, and voluntarily anybody who wish to reply also, you are welcome. It's not like only the admin has the rights to reply. So you can take your own call, and if it is remain unanswered for 2 days, I will definitely step in and I will reply the query. But practice is very, very essential. So please utilize this buffer time of 7 days for our day 3 session, and be ready with all whatever you have got the takeaways from our day 1 and day 2. And day 3 agenda would be completely into focusing on data summarization, how to analyze the data like a professional, taking the pivot table options, and how to create some beautiful reports by taking the pivot options, and how to create a virtual field, how to create a dashboard, how to connect multiple pivot tables. All these things we are going to discuss in our day 3. All right. So that is our day 3 agenda. Yeah.
First, I have a doubt.
Yeah, please ask. No problem.
So no, since you mentioned, I was just trying to connect between the PowerPoint and this what do you call it? This
Excel.
data.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
Excel. Yeah. Even though I enabled that paste special, right? That link is not enabled.
Can you please share your screen? Let me have a look.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay, here I have the data a little bit updated. So I copied. Okay, copy. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to picture. I'm trying to paste special.
Okay.
Disabled.
Yeah, this is disabled. Okay. Cancel, please.
Yeah.
Now, go to Excel, please. And then that application you select.
Okay. Copy.
Yeah, on that application you copy. And then come back to PowerPoint. And home, paste special. Okay. This is not allowing you because this is a separate add-in application. Okay.
Okay.
If you are working with your Excel data or something, as we discussed about our data bars, Sparklens, it will work. Because this comes as a separate add-in. So you have to always go for an image only. Picture JPG, picture PNG, something you can go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. Well, friends, so if there is no doubts or queries, shall we call it as a day? Or if you have any queries, please feel free to ask. No issues. I'm here.
Some people actually start by
Yeah, I didn't get you. Sorry, anybody? Who is that? Mr. Shanmugam?
some people and another police.
Okay, Shanmugam, நீங்க screen share பண்ணீங்களா? No problem.
இல்ல sir.
Hello?
Sir, இல்ல sir.
இல்ல சண்முகம், நீங்க screen share பண்றீங்களா? ஒரு வாட்டி screen share பண்ணீங்க.
share பண்ணிட்டேன் sir.
இல்ல நான் பார்க்க முடியல. பாருங்க.
சரி.
ஷேர்ல போயிட்டு
வரலையா sir?
என்டையர் ஸ்கிரீன் கொடுங்க. என்டையர் ஸ்கிரீன் இல்லனா என்டையர் டெஸ்க்டாப் அந்த மாதிரி ஆப்ஷன் இருக்கும்.
என்டர் கொடுக்குறேன் sir.
ஓகே.
இல்ல.
சரி, நீங்க ஒரு வேல் பண்ணுங்க. ஒரு வாட்டி இது நான் வீடியோ ரெக்கார்டிங் நான் உங்களுக்கு அனுப்புறேன். ஓகே, நீங்க ஒரு வாட்டி செக் பண்ணுங்க அதை திருப்பி. சப்போஸ் வரலன்னா அடுத்த வாட்டி வரும்போது நான் திருப்பி உங்களுக்கு சொல்லி தரேன். இப்படி இது ஆக்டிவேட் பண்ணிட்டு இப்படி லிங்க் பண்ணணும் ஃபுல்லாவே. நோ ப்ராப்ளம். Okay friends, any other doubts, queries from anybody?
No, sir.
Fine then.
Clear.
Okay. Fine then. So keep practicing, people. As I said, that is very, very essential before coming to day 3 and making the other things over there. So please be ready with all these things and try to implement in your real-time data also. If you have any challenges, you can very well ask your questions, utilize that options what we have created, take the support from our side. We will be very glad to support you, don't worry, but make use of that. Anyway, so with this, I consider our day 2 we have completed, and as usual you'll be getting the recordings in another 2 hours time max. And I request everyone, please go for one-time access and confirm you able to see all the recordings. All right, so stay safe, take care. Again, see you on the next week Saturday, same time, 2 p.m. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you
Bye.
so much.
Bye-bye.